prefer yellow?
No.
Huh? No?
Yeah.
Yellow, Christy.
Yellow chick.
There, see? She's in the spirit. She's at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
You got the look.
Yellow, Pat.
Yellow chick.
Hey!
Getting the look.
Yellow, Josh.
Yellow.
Yellow? No?
Yeet me.
Yeet me. There's Ace Cosby. He's back. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Hello. Yellow, Tom.
Oh, God.
You don't like yellow? You don't like Friday? How do you have fun?
With quality and style.
Really?
There you go.
You think so, don't you?
Yeah.
Yellow is the kind of thing Herb Tarlick would have said on the great show
Who doesn't
WKRP.
love Herb Tarlick?
My dad answered the phone like that for some reason.
My grandpa did too. Yellow?
Is that an old school thing?
Maybe.
Yellow.
Have you ever gotten a troubling phone call, an upset phone call, and it ends really not the way you want to? And it was very upset and almost angry. And you, well, okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
You're wrapping up with bye-bye. What's wrong with us?
Does everyone say that? Bye-bye? Is that a Midwestern
Bye-bye.
thing?
I think so. No, I think it's an everywhere thing.
Because I do that.
And I've never
do too.
talked on the phone like they do on
Bye-bye.
television shows and soap operas. They just stop talking.
That's always amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't care what you do. I just don't want to see anything. I don't want to hear anything more about you. Click.
They just do the hang up?
No goodbye, nothing.
Because nobody reading a script wants to read. Okay,
Goodbye.
talk to you later. Bye.
Okay,
bye.
talk to you later.
Yeah.
You know who did that? My mother. Never said hello, never said goodbye.
It's just like whenever people pay in a movie or TV show, it's typically they don't worry about any
don't waste
change.
time.
nothing
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
right, yeah.
No, but nothing's better than parking on television.
Oh, yeah, you know what's
Well,
going
I'm going to the Super Bowl, and the guy pulls up, parks right out front.
Yeah.
He just pulls
Ding,
up.
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to lose the thread of the drama.
Oh, I understand why they
Circling the
do
block,
it.
the spot.
And if you're driving in L.A., it just rained. Ever notice that at night?
Well, because it glistens.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice. I had a dilemma yesterday. I got to run by you real quick.
What's that?
And I'm sorry, this story does not resolve. I apologize.
It's still up in the air. Maybe we can help.
We're going to resolve it. Right
Yeah,
now.
well, no, you can't. I went to a coffee shop, not the one I normally go to.
Well, now, first of all, on behalf of the group, congratulations. You're
No, I was with-
outside
Getting
your
out?
comfort zone.
I had taken my daughter to a doctor's appointment, and we were north quite a ways, but there's a coffee shop up there that we like.
Naturally, you can't go outside without going to a coffee shop.
Right.
Well, she had her computer. She was going to do some homework, and I was going to do some stuff with my phone, do some reading, whatever. So we get there. It's great. I get a coffee. There's nowhere to sit for a while, but we finally find a place. She plugs in her computer, et cetera, et cetera. But we'd gotten there, and she had to go to the bathroom. But there were two people in line at the bathroom. So we go about our business for quite a while. And after about 20 minutes, I look up, and the two people are still in line.
Whoa.
And I walk up, and I said to the one woman, is this
Line for the bathroom.
well, what's happening? She goes, well, I guess there's somebody in there that haven't come out yet. So then she eventually leaves. I have to go to the bathroom. And I'm not kidding, it's been at least half an hour.
Yikes.
30 minutes.
At least.
This isn't one of your stores.
No, this is at least half an hour.
Okay.
Because we'd been standing waiting for it anyway.
And there's one bathroom.
Well, that's the trick. That I walk up to the guy at the front. I go, that bathroom, someone's been in there for 30 minutes. And he looks up and he goes, oh. Then he goes, there's another bathroom over there. And there was one kind of around the corner that didn't have a sign. So then I went and relieved myself, and Finn did as well. And then I ended up leaving about 15 minutes later, and there was still someone waiting in line. So I don't know. I'd said to the guy, you might want to check. I'm afraid someone's OD'd in there.
Wellness
Right.
check, yeah.
And I mean, what is going on? At what point do you,
Is there a time cutoff, you mean?
I mean, yeah, what if someone was in there? Yeah. What if someone was in there collapsing or
had collapsed.
or apparently it had such a epic fecal event they wanted to just absorb the moment.
God.
But it doesn't result.
Yellow.
At what point do you, if you work there, at what point do you go, I got to go check on that thing?
I don't think a little tap on the door, hey, everything all right in there? I don't think that would be out of line.
Not at all.
Yeah,
know?
that's what you do.
Do they have a
first.
key to that bathroom, you think?
I would imagine.
Because whoever's in there know they've been in there a long time. I mean,
And
There's some kid that pranked him and just locked the door.
That's hilarious.
Well, the one lady that was first in line eventually, in great disgust, walked out.
Wow.
Did she do this? I love it when they do that.
I love it when they go, well, I never. Then I always wanted to do kind of a grouchy thing. I'll bet you never.
You're talking about an orgasm. I can tell.
I'm not talking about anything. So anyway, that was my odd dilemma. We have some great letters here.
But haven't you been in a bathroom situation where it's a process? It's taken a while.
And you're real self-conscious about it?
Yeah, and
Yes.
you're in a public place.
I can't imagine I've ever spent more than maybe while sick, maybe 10 minutes at the most.
I have a new bathroom policy, and you guys are welcome to come on board. And
Okay.
maybe we could make this I don't go to a bathroom unless it's more than a one-holer. I do everything I can not to go to just a one-holer.
Oh, that's become almost...
I can't.
That's not possible.
I can't go to a one-holer.
One-holers are everywhere.
That's why McDonald's are good. They've got the the array of bathrooms. Always clean.
But I would like
Eat your French fries right there in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Perfect.
I'm happy to use the unisex bathrooms.
Yes.
But for the places that don't have them, I'd like to have a clearer signage. You know, sometimes they have the profile, and you go, is that a skirt or is that a guy in shorts? So they just have the profile thing.
Are you okay? I feel bad about this, but I still do it, so I shouldn't feel bad. If it's not designated unisex, it's like man or woman, and I'll go in the women's if they're occupied. I'll go in the women's and come out. Am I breaking a law?
I've done that.
I've done that if it's a one-holer, though.
Yeah. Same thing.
Excuse me.
Wow.
You realize that Godwin does it every morning?
I know. He likes the women's restroom.
Because in our building, in this building, they're both unisex. But if you go 50 yards that way, there's a men's and a women, and you always go in the women's room.
I did for a while. Now I have a new one. I go to the one in the back, that fun one.
Oh, yeah,
way in the back. No one.
The one with the porno or the one in the way
the
back?
transmitter?
Yeah, I like that.
All the machinery.
Very private.
It's
Yeah,
old
and
school.
someone has left pornography back there. Yes.
Yeah, they have.
I'll tell you who it is when we go off the air.
That's the men's club.
Ace will back me.
You're gonna not want to go into that bathroom anymore when you find out who's been in there.
That bathroom gets a little eerie.
That's what I kind of like about it.
Oh, okay. And sometimes there's a twitching fluorescent light. Like
Yes.
you're in a Bourne movie.
And I think Tom will agree. That bathroom was like a disco in the 70s, early 80s. It was really popular for a while.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of faded away.
Every man in this
to bring people up to speed. This building was built in essentially 4 sections.
1890.
That part of the building was built in
originally.
20s, 30s.
Probably.
It's really old.
It was an old radio transmitter tower.
Yeah. But they about 30 years ago they went in there and they completely redid the bathroom. Sort of. They kind of put nice tile over the old crappy wall. But
there's an old-fashioned lock. There's an occupado.
The door.
Moaning Myrtle occasionally appears.
That door is beautiful, solid oak.
Absolutely.
But it's been painted with crappy latex paint.
It's got the coolest little. It has its own water heater.
Yeah, they put a separate water. Yeah, so it has super hot water. But
I've never been in there.
Someone put this magazine rack in there.
Yes.
Okay, now the following is true. I think Ace will back me up on this, and I'm sure Chick will. A certain member of our staff, before the age of the internet and the internet pornography, was a collector of
a connoisseur, if you will.
That sounds clean and sophisticated. This is smutty and dirty. I am not kidding. There was a magazine back there.
Here it comes.
Called. You want to say it? What it was called?
Anal Biker.
It was called. It was called Anal Biker, and it was $40.
It was very expensive,
and then we're talking $40 in '80s money. So,
but that's not what put this place over the top. What really made it popular was somebody put a phone in there.
What?
Yes.
During the height of
genius.
Hello, I'm touching myself. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pre cell phone.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was a stroke, if you will.
So we had sales guys back there taking sales calls while they were.
No, not sales calls. Well, you could call it a sales call, I guess. Yeah, you could.
But by the way, the plumbing, even though it looks really nice, that has issues.
It is tricky.
It will back up.
Don't run the sink while you're
You probably shouldn't drink the water out of that tap.
Oh boy, I'm gonna be sick today.
Yeah, and don't take a black light in. I'm just saying.
Man, that play everybody. people
I've
would,
never been back.
Oh, it's legendary.
People
It's a
told me
guy.
they would not forego going at home so they could come and use this bathroom.
The men's
There's a
That's how popular it was.
there's a magazine rack still there. There's a magazine rack on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
and
going back during the
There
break.
are still 10.
It's gross, Christy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's real.
And
gross.
Really, they don't clean it?
No.
No, I think it might be clean, but
back in the-
it's just gross.
Back in the catacombs, too. You really
Oh, I know
gotta-
where
It's
it
way
is.
back. It's-
back by the.
It's like a good a good disco, a good bar.
Like Cookie's office,
unless
right?
you know where you're going, you're going
And
to get lost.
at one point, someone had gone to HR to complain about the presence of the magazines.
They're still there, lots of them.
Yeah, well.
10 or 12.
Well,
The person who made the complaint to HR, thank God, is not here anymore.
Who complained? The girl with the big jugs? Is that who complained?
No,
Probably.
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you in one word. Right now I want to tell you about something that's going to be great for Father's Day. That, of course, is the perfect gift. Raycon earbuds. That's right. Dad, how are your ears?
My
Raycons.
ears are fine. We're dads. Everybody in here's dad. Well, a couple of exceptions.
Couple aren't.
Josh, let's get on the stick.
Come
over
on,
there.
buddy.
Ace isn't a
I'll see
dad.
what I can do.
You need to have a baby.
Well, that you know of.
Get out there.
Father's
There's
Day.
probably a little kid in Korea, little Joshy.
Wouldn't that be something? Knock on a door.
That'd be a cute kid.
Daddy.
A little balding 5-year-old.
Yeah. What year did you stop teaching in South Korea?
Oh, let's see. That child would be about 20.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Wow, a 20-year-old.
Hey, he can drive, although probably not very well.
You know, Father's Day lets us show our
Thank
dads.
you. No one even got.
They
Oh,
deserve
you got it.
the world at a price even they're impressed by. You know, Dad's price they don't complain about. That's where Raycons come in. Everyday earbuds by Raycon. Dad deserves to relax, recharge, and enjoy his music, his shows, his podcasts, all in crystal clear sound. And Raycon has a 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity, quick charge function, 10 minutes of charging, 90 minutes of battery. That's over an hour and a half. And they also come with active noise cancellation in all the colors. And Raycon has a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy. So right now, you can get up to 15% off site-wide. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off site-wide. Buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Coming up, we have someone who actually went to Mount Fuji. We had a Mount Fuji story yesterday that's kind of interesting. A great Today in History story. And more delights in the world of sports and news. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Do you have any interest in going to space?
Yeah, so I have a different definition of space, as would be true for all of my colleagues, my astrophysics colleagues. Many people don't realize that the space station, for example, which is anybody's common definition of being in space, if Earth were shrunk to the size of a schoolroom globe, then the space station is orbiting 1 centimeter above the surface.
Yeah.
And so I can't think of that as space. Send me somewhere. Moon, Mars, asteroids, beyond. But I don't want to just boldly go where hundreds have gone before. Around
The billionaires who pay to go up in the one where they're in space for like 6 minutes, that seems to me to be a real ripoff.
That's not even as high as the 1 centimeter. So the billionaire boys race, the Bezos Branson, you're right. That's what's called suborbital. They go up and then just fall back for 5-6 minutes, and it's the falling part where you're weightless. So that's fun, and you're sort of above the important parts of the atmosphere. So that's fun. Stars will come out in broad daylight because you can't see stars in the daytime because of the scattered blue light from the sun that turns the sky blue. You get above that limit, so that's fun. I have no issues with that. But on this same scale with the schoolroom globe, they go up about the thickness of 2 dimes.
Yeah, and it's costing them several more dimes than that.
Remember that guy, that crazy guy, Felix Baumgartner? Remember him?
Sure. Yeah.
Who did that edge
Hot
of
air
space
balloon
jump
thing? Yeah.
From Red Bull?
Sure.
Okay. How high was he? He was the thickness of 1 dime above Earth's surface. So we, and NASA is complicit in this. We have a very low bar definition of what it means to go into space.
Wow.
But
I'm sorry, I have higher goals than that.
Can we get to Mars, though, feasibly? Is that really a realistic thing?
Well, so let me just make it clear. Oh, by the way, of the billionaire boys space race,
right.
Elon Musk is the only one who actually puts people in orbit.
Okay.
So he's the full 1 centimeter up, and that's why he can intersect with the space station if he chooses. Unlike the 1950s, where people said, will we ever get to the moon? Do we know how? Is it even possible? That's not the kinds of questions anyone is invoking today about Mars. The questions are not, is it possible? Of course it's possible. We have an SUV-sized rover that took a helicopter to Mars, exploring Mars right now. Getting to Mars, that's not the issue. So the issue is, what's the motivation? And who's going to write the check? That's all it comes down to. It's not any more complicated than that.
So you can survive that trip to Mars. A human being can.
It's 9 months. Yeah, just get a good Netflix account, you know, a good library.
Maybe listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's got a couple of podcasts out there.
Thank you. Yes, I have a podcast that'll keep you going. There you go.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Hey, looking for the link to sync with Bob and Tom VIP? Yeah? It's right there at bobandtom.com.
I did create a new character for Donald Trump. It's a mashup. It's Ronald McDonald Trump.
Oh!
Yeah, it's tremendous. We've got the Hamburglar. We're working on, he's rubbling, and he's a bad guy. So we've got some help. We've got Mayor McCheese doing a tremendous job. Mayor McCheese is working with me, and Officer Big Mac, and also Elon McMuffin. The 3 of us, the 4 of us, we're doing a great job.
Now, is it true, Mr. President, that you fired half of the Fry guys?
We did. We had to. Elon came in and he said, you're not doing what you need to do, and it's costing too much, and we're going to build a wall between the restaurant and the play area, and then we're going to build a ball pit. It's going to be the best ball pit, and it's like a spherical moat. It's going to be tremendous, and we're going to make Playland great again. It's going to be the number one. The number one. It's not any better. You can't get any better. J.D. Value Mill. He's a great guy.
That's Frank Caliendo. Oh, that's so funny.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello, Chickster.
Hi, Christy Lee.
Yellow.
There.
That sounded natural.
That sounded real nice.
Yeah, that sounded really good. So there's some hack AM radio morning show looking for you.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm playing his game.
Ace Cosby's here. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Remember, think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee. Now, a couple quick things. Would you like to do today in history, or do you want to get right to the letters? I
know how you work, and you want to do today.
No. I mean, I can go either way. I haven't looked at today in history. I have no idea what's happening.
Always thought that.
You said something about today in history as we were leaving.
Well, I was doing some research, and I came upon something kind of funny.
What?
It's not exactly clear what day this happened.
Oh. All right.
But it was in the spring of 1970, possibly April or May, according to my sources.
All right, I was around. Maybe I know when this happened.
It involves the singer Grace Slick.
Oh.
from Jefferson Airplane.
She's referred to as singer, huh? Okay.
Oh, Grace, she's great.
Yeah, I like her too.
Oh, come on.
I thought she was cute as hell also.
She sounds flat to me. She does not...
a lot of passion there.
I mean, she's a great songwriter, too. The Jefferson Airplane with, White Rabbit, all kinds of great stuff. In any event, she had gone briefly to a place called Finch College. And at the time, Nixon was in the White House. And Tricia Nixon had also gone to Finch College and was holding a tea party for the various alums. And Grace Slick was invited, although I don't think they knew who she was.
Is
Slick's her married name.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she married Tom Slick. The driver of the Thunderbolt grease slapper. That's right.
Yes, we'll go with that for the sake of the story moving forward slightly.
She was a racer's wife. It's no picnic.
In any event, Grace Slick accepted the invitation to go to this tea at the White House in 1970, and she brought along the famous yippie activist, as he's described in this account, Abby Hoffman.
Gosh.
And she used her real name to get past security. Her goal was, she later stated, to put LSD in Nixon's tea.
Yeah, I heard that.
The Secret Service recognized Abby Hoffman and blocked them at the gate before they got all the way into the event.
What does yippie mean?
It was.
We had hippies. We had yuppies. Well, we have yuppies.
Yuppies
now.
later. Yippies were kind of a protest.
Okay.
That's a fair question.
Louder hippie.
Gotcha.
Sort of.
All right.
Yeah.
Hippie.
Activist hippie.
Yeah.
Not laid back. Cool.
I'll have to. I'm sure if you Google it, you could find out the exact origins.
that's
Probably
right.
an Abby Hoffman, Jerry Rubin thing.
Grace Slick's birth name was Grace Wing.
For those who don't know who Abby Hoffman is, he's essentially portrayed in Forrest Gump, standing outside, in the National Mall.
Right.
And he's got kind of a white man's fro.
Yep.
And he's
Yeah. But anyways, Grace Slick, the whole thing was she was going to try to dose President Nixon. So
that really did almost happen.
It did almost.
I didn't know that was. I never knew if that was apocryphal.
But it's become kind of a legendary story of counterculture.
Wow.
But can you imagine if she had gotten LSD into Nixon's coffee? I am not a crook. I am the walrus. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Patch, where's the burp? And
He was paranoid enough.
Henry, let's drop some bombs. What do you say?
Does LSD make you paranoid? I've never.
I don't know.
I don't
know.
Never done it.
I know pot does. Doesn't pot make you paranoid?
Yes.
It certainly does some people, yes.
Yeah.
Me.
You want to listen to music really fast, right?
You know what makes me paranoid? People who are secretly following me.
Yeah.
God, they got me on edge.
That's because you shuffle, apparently.
No. You lumber.
Oh, that's it. Lumber.
I'll put it this way. Ace currently has a walker because he broke 2 bones in his leg.
Yeah.
Josh has to go down the hall, and Ace has to go behind him because Josh is so slow.
Josh's defense, he just got here, and you'd been here for a while, all amped up.
Well, this is because, not even in, I don't require any defense. He was absolutely in the wrong in this. And it's become that
I was moving.
I can't think of one instance in all the years that he's ever been right about anything. It's always his fault. He's always a menace, but he never takes responsibility. It's always the car's fault or the house's fault.
Oh, by the way, Pat, I saw someone that's the worse parker than you are.
Today?
That's impossible.
Yesterday.
Oh, no, I'm pretty bad.
You ever go down one of those streets where they have it? How do I explain this? Where you can park, but it's not parallel. You kind of park like at an angle.
Sure,
yeah.
They've got the...
London, Ohio has those on the main street.
I love those.
They make me homesick.
Yeah, so you kind of take a 45-degree angle and you park like that right along the sign. Yeah, yeah. I was in one of those super concentrated areas of town. Very hard to find a place to park.
Oh, you were over
Very small.
Sorry to bother you. Haven't?
Yes, I was going over to Sorry to Bother You to pick up a sandwich.
Right. Hi, sorry to bother you, but I ordered a sandwich.
Yeah.
I should have. Okay, no, I can talk to the boss. That's fine.
I was sitting here and I was thinking, okay, if I order this now, I can pick it up for Finn before I take her to the doctor's office. So then I spent 15 minutes trying to buy this thing online. and then just gave up.
Oh, well, here's another one. It's the app's fault. He's having trouble
I
with
bet
the
I filled out the whole thing. You have to have a password. Why can't you just buy anything? Got the whole thing filled out. Hit whatever it was. Make purchase. Whole thing goes blank. And I
tried to buy a sandwich.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grace Slick's husband, Tom Slick.
Tom Slick.
Bum, bum, bum.
Tom Slick. Let me tell you why. He's the best of all the guys.
Was this Japanese animation, wasn't it?
No, it was Bullwinkle and that
Was
stable.
it?
Yeah, with George of the Jungle and stuff.
Okay.
Super Chicken and all that stuff.
Slick.
It was one of the
Tom Slick.
lesser cartoons.
I love Tom Slick.
Nothing ever happened.
Tom Slick had the crowd that went wild.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's Tom
Okay,
Slick.
yeah. Well, it's certainly no Bullwinkle.
Oh, he's a redhead, huh?
Yeah, there
he
you go.
is.
There he is.
That is
His
old.
little dragster.
Yeah, not that.
Look at the look on his face. He's ready to win.
That's some good animation
Yeah.
there, huh?
So anyway, Pat, there I park, and there's a guy taking up 3 spaces somehow.
That's annoying.
Sometimes I wish I did have a tow truck driver on call.
3 spaces at an angle?
Essentially, he was almost parallel parked.
Right.
And it was, as you say, it was near the restaurant. Sorry to bother you.
Where there's no parking.
Part of our appeal is that no one can get in.
Yeah.
So,
And by the way,
Would you like to make up a story about that guy? What was he in such a rush for? What did he need to? He just had to sloppily park and get in.
well, judging by the car, I think he was probably looking for a sale on Metamucil and Viagra.
Yeah, he was. He needed it.
he was probably a fan of mine doing a little flasher park.
Very good, very good. And if you're going to have an app, make sure it works, please. And if I'm asked for one more password, I'm out.
How many?
I just want to buy the sandwich, okay?
How many apps fail you every day, Josh?
Only one as of late.
The weather one.
I
The
can
one to
only
get into this
remember-
building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one or
yeah.
two maybe since I've had my phone. It's a daily occurrence with Captain Chaos over there.
To buy a sandwich, can't you just buy it? Do you have to?
You can't.
Why didn't you just call him?
I was so pissed, I just got in the car and drove over there and waited in line.
So they have their own app. The restaurant has their own app.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
I love that. Man, I love that.
But I still don't have it because I didn't have enough. I had to get a semen stain from the new Pope to get permission to have
Those are
it
tough to
downloaded.
come by.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go to that house they're selling in Chicago with a black light and go to the bathroom there. I'm sure there's one in there. Hello, greetings. If you're just joining us, this is the Bob and Tom program coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and we were just discussing Grace Slick trying to get into the Nixon White House.
She actually married a gentleman called Jerry Slick in 1961. It was a door-to-door salesman. He could sell anything.
Oh, that's very
Himself, apparently.
Himself,
I am Jerry Slick. How are you?
Can you imagine if Nixon had taken LSD?
Yeah.
Like scenes from Watergate, we just had groovier wallpaper. Hey, fellas. Henry, let's drop some bombs, you big pussy. Well, it's time now to go to the mailbag. What do you got over there, Chick McGee?
That's a great question. Actually, Josh and I we thought we were having fun yesterday. And now it's caught on. Jeff writes, okay, Josh and Chick doing the voices of the soldier raccoons planning the raid on Christie's bird feeder. Might be the funniest thing I've heard ever. Can we please have the raccoon soldiers go on other missions?
We'll have to see what they're up to, yeah.
We're going to try.
I'm sure they're going to come back and steal the other one. I'm waiting.
Maybe reenact a scene from the show Combat, which is one of my favorite impressions Tom does when they're trying to figure out the map. Remember this with the BAR?
Oh, the BAR, yeah.
Kirby's carrying the BAR.
Kirby's got the BAR.
He's 3 clicks from clicks a kilometer. Is that right?
That's correct.
Is that a click? Okay.
Yeah. They didn't do clicks in combat.
And guess what?
It was World War II, you see.
Jeff from Boise. Idaho. The people in Idaho they're stalking us.
You want to hear from Boise? Kyle has written in from Boise.
Kyle.
He says, Josh, Cradle of Filth is playing tonight here in Boise. Are you guys familiar with Cradle of Filth?
No, but I'm intrigued.
The title scares me, but go ahead.
British black metal band.
Black metal.
And some gothic metal and symphonic metal.
What's the difference?
Are you sure black metal's not in Living Color? Oh, no, that's Living Color, not in Living Color.
Right. I know you're a fan of heavy music. How do you feel about Cradle? I've only listened to a little bit, and I know they have a new album out. I think it's called Screaming of the Valkyries, which is, how badass is that?
Oh. Tell me they have horns on their hats.
They are very theatrical. Yeah.
Like
sort of Alice Cooper.
It reminds me of I walked into a place and they were playing this god-awful music.
You would consider this god-awful.
And it was like, you heard this guy go, completely unintelligible crap. And I said, what is this? And it was his band. He's the drummer.
Yeah! Just a little self-promotion.
Let me ask you
So I'm not sure if I want to get my coffee from him anymore.
I know you're not one to keep your opinion to yourself, Tom. How many times a day do you walk into an establishment and ask them to change the music?
Oh, I'm very comfortable doing that.
Are you really?
I bet you are.
Also, or I'll say, can you please turn that down?
I have asked that.
Yeah. I have found a new place I can go for lunch. They don't play any music and they don't have any television sets on.
So you can address the people you're with?
It's heaven.
Where's that?
I need your full attention.
It's upstairs at Nordstrom's.
Oh, yeah. You go there a lot.
If I'm ever eating upstairs at Nordstrom's.
Oh, they wouldn't let you in. You'd walk in, they'd go, sir, those clothes. You have to go elsewhere. Urban Outfitters is around the corner.
Those clothes.
They're really... What was the store that used to look like a beach cabana on the outside in the mall, and you would walk in?
Abercrombie?
Is that what it was? Where it was almost like you were walking into
I know
some
what you're
sort of-
talking about.
Abercrombie, the largest shirt they sold wouldn't have fit a 4-year-old. Their clothes were so small. I don't know what country they were trying to sell this stuff in.
It
might have been American Eagle. Pacific. Wasn't that it?
I don't
Pacific Wear or
remember.
something?
But why even have double XL when it's clearly a medium?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just have smalls and mediums.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. All we have is a double XL, and it won't fit you.
No.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I had no business being in that place.
I'm going to defend Abercrombie because they've turned that store around, and now they have a lot of different sizes, and
Do they still
especially
have?
online.
Are you still overwhelmed by perfume when you walk by the store?
I buy online. I haven't been inside.
Right?
I'd like to see. I'm not too big on federal government, but I would like to see an XL being an XL and we have shoes down. I think
Standard sizing.
You can buy shoes, and a 12 is a 12 is a 12 for the most part. Chick, you buy more shoes than I do.
Yes, for the most part, yes.
But
every now and then I'll run into an 11 that fits like a 12.
But I mean,
Or if you go European, the size
you get an XL in a shirt, and it could be an M in another.
You're absolutely.
Well, it's time for the government to step in.
No.
Yeah, Billy Reed runs small.
Let's get Doge on this.
Sorry. Hey, Josh, you were talking
Billy
about
Reed's do run at least one size too small.
Stuff up over here.
And by the way, Hollister was the store.
Oh, that's it. Hollister.
And they made it very clear I would walk in, they'd essentially sweep me away with brooms.
Oh.
Shoo, big man.
Sir, you're looking for the food court.
We got another one. Let's go, pal.
Well, okay, wait a second.
Fair? No, that's just a fat person.
Coming up, we have more letters. Can't wait to get to them. But right now,
More Cradle of Filth coming up.
okay. But first,
Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself, design-it-yourself home security system. We're protected here at the Bob and Tom Show. We've got the Simply Safe security system and the cameras and the high def and the things. And Simply Safe, millions of Americans enjoy the new standard in home security and greater peace of mind every time they arm their system compound secure. Simply Safe has Active Guard outdoor protection. Their AI-powered cameras backed by live professional monitoring agents at Simply Safe that monitor your property and detect suspicious activity. If someone's lurking around, agents can see and talk to that lurker in real time, turn on spotlights, even call the police, all before they even have a chance to get inside your home and touch your stuff. No long-term contracts or cancellation fees. And Simply Safe, the monitoring plans start about $1 a day, and there's a 60-day satisfaction guarantee. Visit simplysafetom.com to claim 50% off a new system with a professional monitoring plan. Get your first month free. That's simplysafetom.com, 50% off and your first month free. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Thank you very much. Coming up, we have a Mount Fuji update from someone who's been there.
Can I pet him first?
More recurring dreams. And anxiety dreams, just fascinating.
Yeah,
plus, in the news, a lot of interesting stuff. We have interesting NFL news coming up today that involves the Olympics. And once again, the headline has the words summer penis in it. This is apparently a thing. And then huge news from one of my favorite topics, of course, the Wienermobile. Yeah. The Wienermobile is in the news. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Break up with your brewer. Switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
Mr. Godwin.
Yeah.
Apparently is a as Christy said, you're a boob gal. You like
I like a lady with boobs. Sure.
Pat, you have a tribute?
I do. It's a song that gets me in trouble, but I'd be glad to do it for you. You know?
Okay.
If I could get a little kazoo from Josh, here's the melody. Boop, bop, 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 ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. All right. I'll give you a look when it comes up again. Here we go. Got a gal named Paula. Paula O'Brien is her name. Very intoxicating. I'm like a moth to a flame. I haven't had a drink in 15 years. I walk a very straight line. But if Paula O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all of the time. Josh! Oh, I've never been a boob man, and I don't mean to objectify. It's important I stay sober. Oh, heaven knows I try. I go to my AA meetings, but all I think about are her double D's. If Paul O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd wake up with the DT. Or if Paula's boobs were booze, I'd be bombed every day. If a rack was full of wine, I'd go from teetotaler to sommelier. One more time, Josh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice, Tom.
Why are you ruining the kazoo solo?
Because he's not close enough to the mic.
For fear that you will yell at me.
Because you did yell at him yesterday when he was too close to the mic with the kazoo.
That's great, Pat.
Could you really not hear much of the kazoo?
Oh, we're not done? We got more?
One more.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pat Godwin. That thing is going to end up your ass.
See what I mean? That's what I was trying to avoid.
Yeah, I hear you, Josh. I knew what you were doing.
I'll do it.
Could we get to the...
If her tatas were Tito's and I had me a sip, I'd fall off the wagon with one little nip. If her chi-chis were full of tequila, I'd lick the salt and squeeze those limes. If Paul O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be loaded all of the time. Or if Paul O'Brien's boobs were booze, I'd be it-faced all of the time. One more time, Josh.
Wow.
Woo!
Bravo.
All right, very nice.
Mr. Pat Godwin, ladies and gentlemen. That's great, Pat. I love it.
We're going to have to re-record that. Horns.
Now,
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
Obviously, Floyd's a legend. I mean, he was a rookie in 1957 or 58. 58, I think. He was a rookie. Four-time winner, unbelievable fan. So I'm doing The King, and we're in Tony Bettenhausen Jr.'s garage doing Dick's Picks. And Bob, AJ, was in the garage with us. So we start doing a pair of kings because AJ was the king, and then the king, Elvis the king. So we're doing a pair of kings. And I go, AJ, I go, let's take our shirts off and have a belly button contest right here in the garage. I said, then we'll lay on the floor and see whose belly button can hold the most gravy. Oh, thank you very much. I said, I want to help you, AJ, on race day. I'm going to be on your pit crew. When you come in, I'm just going to put my belly and flop it on the rear wing. Front end will come in the air. They'll change them tires. Off we go. And so we're doing all this, and people are dying. Well, then I talked to a crew member later, and AJ had the Bob and Tom show on in the garage. About halfway to that, he just looked up and he goes, shut that shit off. And he was always a little cool to me after that.
You
don't look in her purse.
I was about to fire you, but that is.
Tomorrow's 2 years.
I did not think of
You
this.
My balls are in her purse. She's wearing my watch on her wrist. Oh, hey, hi. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. This Christy's husband celebrating their 2-year anniversary.
That's
coming up Friday. Is Friday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Seriously, no jokes.
Is this a record for you?
No.
Hey,
you should talk.
Hey,
What do you mean I should talk?
We made it, Tom.
2 years on Friday. It's not till Friday.
Andy's here, Christy's husband. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good. But maybe I could cheer up by saying yellow like Chick does. Would that make you happy?
I love Chick. He's the best.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Yeah.
You know, if you'll notice, Christy's wearing my a gift she got me.
Yeah, she got you. What did she get you that gift for?
Our anniversary's coming up on Friday.
And his birthday. You know, we got married on his birthday.
Well, that's the only reason he remembers.
Is that right?
Sure, you ruined his birthday, but at least he won't forget his anniversary.
That was not my idea,
But
Chick.
anyway, yeah, she takes everything of mine. I'm not supposed to say anything about it. Don't look in her purse. That's where my balls are.
Okay. Well,
And listen, you hear that? Hear it? It never stops.
Okay, very good. Now, I understand you've been married 2 years then? When is the
It'll
anniversary?
be 2 years Friday. Friday's the anniversary.
Oh, nice.
Well, nice.
Seems like just
What is the 2-year
yesterday.
gift? Paper?
Gonna bang it out?
Thank you, Josh.
Well, do you have date nights or is it spontaneous with you two?
Spontaneous.
Well, we're supposed to do it twice this year.
Oh.
First year's once. Second year's twice.
Oh, yeah.
Is that how it works?
Third year's 3 times.
Yeah, so it goes up.
We're going to have a house full of people
It's
on
all right.
Friday.
I've got a little something.
Yeah, what year's butt stuff?
I've got.
Oh, that's.
It was Al Bundy's birthday, and his wife came up and tried to hug him, and he goes, "Oh, don't touch me on my birthday."
Well, welcome back to the Bob and Tom program. Happy to be here. We have some letters to get to. I just heard you say you're going to Aruba?
Yeah, my daughter said, Dad, I want to lay on the beach with you in Aruba. And I go, well, I guess I'm going to Aruba.
All right.
You're going to love it.
Yeah.
Sip on some, you get the really elaborate beach drinks.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, the umbrellas, the whole thing.
Yes.
I went to Aruba many years ago, Chick. It was the first topless beach I ever saw.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be
There you
topless
go.
on the beach.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. You went topless on a beach?
I didn't, but there were ladies there who were.
Now, were you contrasting and comparing to the ladies that you saw?
Well,
And
they were pretty.
and you felt you could go top?
No, I've never had that desire to be naked in
Well, you've
public.
always said you'd rather go bottomless than topless.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, I'm
Yeah, you remember
very.
this. Yeah.
I'd
She's
rather
bottomless.
Donald Duck it.
She's more confident with the Donald Duck look than she is
That's
with
interesting.
the farmhand look.
Right.
That is really fascinating. That would be, if you just wore a shirt and that'd be an unusual look.
Yeah, of
unusual tan. Now, we discussed tan lines of the day. Josh, not in favor of them.
No, not a fan.
I'm a big fan.
Love it.
Love the tan lines, but
I'm not a big fan of them either, but it's hard not to have them. I mean,
Yeah, I get that.
I guess I'd have to lay out in my house.
why don't you like them?
And I'm a total hypocrite. I have a farmer's tan almost years round.
I don't know. I just don't.
I think it's very sexy.
Bright white, and then you got beautiful.
It's like the forbidden zone.
I don't know. There's just something about something that saddens me about
There
a
is
tan
something-
body with two pale boobs.
There is something odd about
It's like they haven't gotten oxygen. Or something.
There's something odd about late at night and they're coming toward you and they're
Like-
all you can the glowing.
Yeah.
Kind of weird looking. But
Like headlights.
It's like unhealthy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like they've been choked off.
You know
What's
what?
wrong?
Now, Pat, you've been to Aruba. You've done many cruises.
I can't wait to have a picture taken out, or maybe go see a show at Aruba Rays. Or did they close
Comedy
that?
Club.
I don't know. I think it's still open. Alli
It's
Breen
open, yeah.
recently worked.
Yeah, the real Aruba Rays is a nice place.
There we go.
Now, what can one do in Aruba?
Oh my gosh! Well, it's a Caribbean island, so the water is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
The beaches are incredible, and that's like a really high-end island as opposed to some of the others.
Unless you play golf. That was the first time I ever played golf, and they handed you a green mat, like an artificial grass mat. And I'm like, what is this
Well,
for?
you're
And
supposed to tee off on
the
that.
guy goes, you'll understand
Yeah.
when you get out there. And it was literally a goat ranch. And there
Oh,
are
yeah.
goats everywhere.
That's what
kinda
golfers
fun.
say about
Yeah.
an unimpressive course. It's a goat range.
Well, and you can play golf here. I wouldn't have gone all the way there.
Well, they now have a beautiful course there, but at the time, this
Well, Tom,
see.
Tom doesn't like to go anywhere that he could take advantage of things at home, right?
Yeah.
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 And you travel a lot, except, well, the only place you go really anymore is skiing, right? And you can't ski at home. You're right.
No, I've got lots of other places. I'm going to London in a couple of weeks.
That should be
Very cool.
fun.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Is that the rumor?
Where are you taking me?
No, this time I'm going with my family. Pat.
No, Tom. Take Pat.
That's
It's
the
either
law.
that or we'll have to hear him.
What do we? I'll just tell Pat we're going to London, Ohio.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's where chicks from.
London, Ohio is beautiful this time of year.
Time now to go into the mailbag, see what we have. You got anything over there?
I don't.
Oh, I got a bunch of
wait a
them.
minute. Hold it. Maybe I do have. Oh, go ahead. Find yours.
This is we've been talking a lot about these anxiety dreams. And
Everyone's got them, no matter what your profession or hobby.
this one is really unusual. This comes to us from, we'll call him JW. He said...
J.W. Marriott?
I knew I shouldn't have done that. We'll call him RW.
R.W. Marriott?
Robert Wagner?
Beautiful.
Robert Wagner's finally confessing?
Because he says, regards, JW. Never mind.
It's Walken's idea.
Because you asked for anxiety dreams. JW contributes this one. While listening to the Bob and Tom show, I realized I have a dream about your show. I am on the air at the Bob and Tom show. I am not a comedian, but in the dreams, I become mute. I was recently in a dream with you guys, and you were discussing the most dangerous jobs. Well, I actually work in the oil fields.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
But I couldn't get any of the words out. Christy glared at me quietly and warned me to finally shut up.
Man,
this dream is giving me
brother, I've been there.
horrible job anxiety. So his anxiety dream involves being on our show.
Wow.
It's okay. We've had lots of comedians who are incapable of speech.
Yeah.
Or at least anything funny. Hello?
Here's one. Dear Bob and Tom show from Steve, a loyal listener. You'll like this one, Josh. In my dream, I'm riding a very tall bicycle several stories high.
Oh, that's tall, boys. That's tall.
I'm trying to navigate the bicycle through a short, tight maze because if I bump one of the walls, I will fall to my death.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's stressful.
A giant bicycle.
That is weird.
That is crazy.
Here's
He goes,
one from a gentleman who must think that our dreams about forgetting our lines or or not knowing what song to play next is just so cute.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-oh.
I spent 12 years in the U.S. Navy submarine service.
Okay. You win.
During submarine school, prior to my first sub assignment, I had to spend time in the flood trainer. You guys familiar with the flood trainer?
No.
Sounds like they're gonna flood it when you're in there.
Yes, it was a room built to look like part of the engine room of the submarine with pipes and valves. They would sound the collision alarm, and they would turn on a huge pump, sending water into the room from multiple holes and cracks in the piping. There were 3 trainees and the trainer, and they had to try and stop the flooding as the room filled above their heads. So I guess you do want to be trained in something like that, but how
It's
stressful.
your own little action movie. That's
4 or 5 times a year, I have a dream where I'm in a submarine with water over my head, diving down to try to stop an enormous leak. My wife has to wake me up. I'm screaming and choking on my spit covered in sweat. 4 or 5 times a year, this poor man has.
So you're saying our dream about not being able to find the next Led Zeppelin vinyl isn't as scary as that?
He might want to talk to a professional.
That is horrifying.
Well, yikes.
Ooh.
Oh, we got one more from the military. You guys were talking about Mount Fuji the other day. We had a story that the mayor of this town is sick of people climbing it off season, and they have to spend a fortune to go get him
Yes, we had a
helicopters.
college student a couple of months
He wants
ago.
them to have to pay for it, and I
Did it
completely
twice.
concur with this. Whatever mountain you're climbing, if you get lost out there and you've been told not to go out there, I say let them die. But
I say let them die.
Hey, they told you don't go. If this is don't go down this trail, you might die, and you go down it. I don't want to spend $50,000 for the copter to come pick you up. He goes. I was there for a machine gun training. I got to climb to the peak of Mount Fuji. This is in Okinawa.
No kidding.
On the way up to the top, there are these tourist stations. I have a picture of me next to a Fujifilm vending machine while standing with Mount Fuji in the background. I am wearing a Bob and Tom T-shirt.
Yeah.
So, John, get us a copy of that picture, please.
Send it in. We'll put it up on the socials.
That sounds great. We have a lot more interesting stuff coming up, I can assure you, including some interesting stuff in the world of sports. A couple more great letters.
Yes, the gentleman needs some advice from us.
Oh, okay, good. And I've been given a really good tip on how not to get... how to keep your shaving cream in the shower. This is very important, not quite as important as rescuing yourself from a submarine filled with water. But we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Padres 2-1, bottom of the 7th. Why'd it stop?
Are you watching
check local
baseball
listings.
right
Hang on, I've got to put my.
Not check local listings. That's the game.
That's the Major League
the
Baseball
status of
opening game in Seoul, South Korea.
Hey, if you listen to a rebroadcast of the show, that information is very,
I see.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
reality.
you've thrown me into a tizzy. I'm listening to a podcast. I don't know what day it is. They just said the the Padres were playing. How am I supposed to figure this out?
I'll explain time zones to you later, Gilligan.
Oh, God, you're an idiot.
Yesterday,
podcasts can be...
Go on.
Just podcasts.
Yeah, you're
broadcast. Yesterday, you were talking about S&H green stamps.
We're right at the end.
Writes Jack.
Hog off?
I was watching a rerun of Hollywood Squares. One of the prizes they offered in the secret square was 1 million S&H green stamps.
Whoa!
Valued at $2,500.
When did this happen?
I'll get you a jacket.
God, I hope they were already in the books.
Could you imagine?
I'm confused, though. Did you say that these S&H green stamps now they're worth $2,500? That's what you said, right?
No, it said...
I have no concept of time or where I am on the planet. You have to talk slow. I rely on my radio show to inform me where I am and what day it is.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up. even when you're sitting down.
It's a tradition. I mean, this will be the 107th running. It's the biggest race in the world. 300. It's the largest one-day sporting event in the world. With the largest crowd. I mean, they don't release figures, but it's over 300, probably closer to 350. Probably at one point it was over 400,000 when they let a lot more people in the infield. But nevertheless, it's easily over 300,000 people one day. It's just an event. It happens on Memorial Day. It's to help celebrate our veterans and our freedom and to commemorate that. The listening to it, you can listen to it on the radio, which is fabulous. You can watch it on television, which really does. Television really doesn't do any event, especially in Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Indy 500, 2.5 miles. It can't do it justice. It does the best it can, but being there for those pre-race ceremonies, you just can't describe it. I know I've so many people that have gone for the first time, and it's like, wow, I've watched it on the radio. I've watched it for years. I've listened to it on the radio for years. But being here with all these people and all this energy and all this going on, and just how fast they are, television cannot capture how fast these cars are. I mean, running, there's no fenders. Rubbing ain't racing in IndyCar. Rubbing is you go over a tire and you go flipping through the air. So I think what makes it as important is tradition and how long it's just been around, and that it is a piece of Americana that is unique to Indianapolis, and I think unique in the matter of all the different people and the time of day, the time of year, and the people that it celebrates.
I'm so sorry. Wow.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny.
Hey, Shooter, we just landed.
Where are you?
I'm in ATL, just got in from FAT through MCO. Nothing like a red eye out of Fresno to start a Friday.
Wow.
I know. Hey, Chick, I was going to update you on my fantasy league.
Okay, go, man.
You won't believe who I got going this week. Yeah, hang on a second, guys.
Oh, okay.
It's my sister buzzing in on my burner Bluetooth. You've reached the voicemail of Kenneth Tarmac. If this is his burnout sister asking to borrow money she'll never repay him, press 1. Just kidding, sis. What's up, Jimbo? Really? Well, I'm sorry, but well, to be honest, I never liked that damn dog. No, when he humped my J. Crew khakis at Thanksgiving, remember? Well, what does the vet say?
Oh, my gosh.
$6 grand? I'm just saying this dog is just like your Civic. You're upside down in it. You're breaking up. Move closer to a window. How many bras did he eat? Well, Mom told you about smoking your jazz cabbage in that tiny apartment. Sounds like
oh, boy.
Yeah, well, apparently I should have become a vet because that's almost more than I make off commission as a Region 4 sales rep at Smear Corp. No, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm not the one who got divorced, kept the dog, and then got fired from Quiznos. I don't know, Jed. Your dog's too ugly for a GoFundMe. Well, and not to mention, just think about the pitch. Please help save a dog named Keno. Yeah, those are good odds. No, next dog at least go with blackjack or craps. Hang on, Skyhag's coming over. We've already landed. What? It doesn't matter what position my tray table is in. I'm running numbers. Oh, ma'am, are you familiar with the McCurdy Award? I know you're doing your job, but unless you also happen to be a vet or can Venmo 6 G's to my stupid sister, get the hell out of my personal workspace. By the time we're about to have a Code 7, I'll call you for Phoenix.
Boy, he has a lot going on, doesn't he?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Just 2 miles south of the Greenwood Park Mall, Dreyer and Reinbold BMW. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
In her stripes.
Yep.
Like the Beagle Boys, right, Tom?
Yep. I'm going to rob something later.
Yeah.
You're going to steal my heart, aren't you?
Oh, that was Pat Godwood.
Steal my bird feeder back from those raccoons.
That's
is what
right.
I'm gonna do.
Get that back.
We're all scared, son. There's Jess Hooker. Hi.
Hi.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick, you ever use electric shave?
Yes.
I did not.
Williams Electric Shave. It was no E.
Right.
It was Lectri.
What was that for?
Is it still around?
It would supposedly make your beard stand up.
And
So you could use an electric razor?
yeah, the problem with it had a terrible smell.
Oh,
Yeah, it did not smell great. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was too much.
Gotcha.
Did you ever use High Karate? I use High Karate.
No, I didn't.
High Karate. I like the commercial.
I remember the electric shave jingle. It was pretty simple.
Electric shave.
Yeah, that was it. Electric shave. That was okay. Change the key. Electric shave. That's the one I want to go with.
There's Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studio. Hello, Tom.
Time for Today in History. We keep forgetting to do it, so I'll get it out of the way now.
One of my favorite smells of all time
is
plain Gillette foam.
Oh.
That is one of the
Oh,
greatest
wait a minute.
smells.
I got a letter.
Oh.
I'm glad you brought that up.
About Gillette shave cream?
Well, I will try to tell I'll make this very quick. My shower has a shelf, and it's what is it, drywall, plaster white, the whole shower.
Okay.
But there's a shelf, and the shelf is just kind of this plastery stuff.
Is it a recess in the
Yes,
shower
recess.
wall?
Yeah. So, but I ordinarily use this shaving stuff that comes in a squirter thing. A pump bottle?
Yeah.
Plastic, but that broke. So I had my old Gillette Foamy.
Oh, I love that.
Which I love, but I keep it in my drawer.
Uh-huh.
And I told the story of what happened the other day. I won't go into the whole thing again, but I didn't want to put the Gillette Foamy in my shower because it leaves a rust ring.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, they haven't perfected that.
So I ended up putting it on at my regular sink.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing there naked with nothing on but shaving foam. And Kelly walks in. As a man of a certain age, I think she was horrified.
Yeah.
I think she went through in her head very quickly every bad choice she's ever made. How did she end up here?
No, you've got to be confident.
With this old guy with this big white foamy beard.
Confident in those moments. Grab your crotch and go, you want some of this? Put it away.
Yeah. So in any event, so I got this letter.
Okay.
Dear Tom, you were mentioning that you had a nude shaving event caused by not being able to keep your shaving cream in the shower due to the metal can ring leaving a ring. Take the ring from a Pringles can. Oh. The lid, it will fit on the bottom of your shaving cream bottle. No metal ring, no clanking noise. Hope that helps. Thank you, Nicole.
Seems brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nicole, that is brilliant.
There's an entire social media account of where you can put your Pringles lid.
Awesome.
That's helpful. It's so strange.
I love that.
You know, you can make Christmas decorations with Pringles cans.
Oh, I bet.
The holiday can, you knit or crochet something to slip over the can. It looks like a candle.
Wow.
Oh, it's very,
Well, this is great.
very beautiful.
And by the way, the sequel to this story.
Yes.
I left the Gillette Foamy in my shower, but I put it on the soap dish
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
until someone moved it.
That's the rare sequel that's almost as good as the original. You know what I mean? As good as
I'm going to say
I have now.
Gillette 2 Electric Boogaloo.
a little
Nice,
better. A little better.
nice. Electric Boogaloo.
Wait a minute, you two use the same shower?
Yeah,
All right.
not simultaneously. So now I've got to go get paint and fix it. Get that.
boy.
What's that?
Somebody moved it onto the shelf?
Yes. Now I got
Just
to.
need to get rust out.
You
Oh,
got
that'll take it.
Rust away. Yeah, to
You don't have to
spray.
paint the shelf again.
No, it drives me. I can't stand stuff like that. It's the same, I can't leave my
Why
house
do you
with
have
dirty
drywall
dishes.
in your shower?
He
Shouldn't that be
doesn't. He doesn't know
tile?
what it's called.
It looks like drywall.
He doesn't know.
I was going to say, you're
You
not
have
going
to
to
replace your entire
You know
shower.
what
if
we're
it's
going to do
drywall.
here with this shower now?
Drywall in a
Call me
shower.
crazy, but we're going to drywall this whole shower.
First of all, you can't use drywall in the shower.
That's marble, probably.
No. It's it's plaster something.
No,
it's onyx.
It's Italian onyx framed in ebony.
Well, whatever it is, it's got a rust stain on it, and I got to paint it.
No, you don't.
I can't. No,
Rust away, we'll take it off.
I can't stand it. What's rust away?
No,
It's a spray that takes it out.
It's called CLR. Just get
that's
that
really
and
good
wipe
too.
it away.
Yes, calcium lime rust is what it stands for.
That's
I got to write this down. Well, thank you very much.
Some, I'll bring it in tomorrow.
Thank you. Go ahead and take a sip of it.
That kind of stuff drives me crazy.
Shut down with a urinal cake.
I hate that. Would ruin my morning every morning walking in there to shower and I see this stupid rust can stuff.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, nobody should have to start their day.
But now, of course, I did go. I went to the store and I bought the same kind of pump stuff that's in the plastic bottle.
Yeah.
And I did one pump and the thing broke off the top. That's the kind of strength I have. So now I'm back to the Gillette Foamy. I thought we were doing Today in History. What happened?
I don't know. You got
I brought up different shaving cream.
I said Gillette. What do you use?
And you said hold on.
Because you only have to shave like what, your cheeks and your neck.
I don't shave my neck, and I don't really shave my cheeks. I use
pluck.
What?
Do you pluck?
I will occasionally pluck.
Please tell me you spend hours plucking your face.
The only no, I don't. The only thing I have to pluck every now and again are those longer freak hairs on the rim of my ear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those
will appear.
Those are unwieldy.
And sometimes I can pull them with just my fingers.
Yeah.
But sometimes, and they're not.
Is that a guy thing?
Yeah, they come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You guys also get the hairs that just grow straight out of the end of your nose. Have you ever seen that guy?
Yeah, but once a year I get
I've
one of
never
those.
gotten that. You have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're real thick.
Yes.
They're
Ugh, really unsettling.
Yeah, I keep a pair of tweezers here just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kidding?
Somebody help
No,
us.
I know you're not kidding.
Somebody come.
I thought we were doing history. Please.
Nose hair clipper.
Yeah. See, that's what I use on my
I need. What brand is that?
Fingernail clipper.
Micro Touch.
Does your is that the one with the light?
It's got a light, yeah.
Yeah, the yellow.
Yeah. I want the light. Okay.
Oh, he just noticed how he does his nose hair.
On the air.
He does his toenails here, his fingernails here.
You do your toenails here?
He puts cream on his hands.
I can't.
If I come in one morning and I find
tweezers,
a crescent moon of one of your toenail clippings on my desk, I will stab you with it.
We're standing us 2 hours here. He's by himself.
Now you're aware, of course, of the famous story of Chick McGee and the toenails.
No, let's not.
No, that's not fair. That is fair.
He's had a really good run lately.
Okay.
My mom used to, you know how you bite your fingernails?
Sure.
Mom would do the same thing, only with her toenails.
Oh, boy.
She would always, I don't know why.
Clothed?
It's her beautiful white trash upbringing. Yes, she was clothed.
Because that'd be. Can you imagine your mom naked biting your toenails? Because you're going to get a shot you don't want to see. You're going to see things gynecologists have never seen.
Where do we lose chicks?
I know. Don't ask later, buddy. You did this.
It's all on you.
Pat must have done something. I don't know what happened.
So I lid on the Pringles can, and I've got to get what's it called, F49 to get the rust stain out.
Yes.
I'll bring it in.
Please do. Thank you very much.
Go ask the hardware store guy. Where's the F49?
Okay. Now, do you want to do part one of Today in History?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead. Play the music.
Son of a...
There we go.
Wait a minute. No, we can't because we have, what was the band you and the guy from Idaho are going to go see?
The Cradle of Filth.
Cradle of Filth. We have a picture of the band, Cradle of Filth.
Okay.
These guys rock so hard you can almost hear their music just looking at their picture.
Oh, yeah, from across the pond.
We cannot play any of their music, I assume?
Oh, I think you could.
There they are.
Wow.
Tom.
How about that?
Is the singer the lady?
I don't know.
No,
or
maybe sometimes.
The convenience, I'm guessing.
The one guy has spikes coming out of his face and head.
Yeah, sort of an homage to Pinhead.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the others look kind of like a Kiss if they were standing in the shower with their makeup on.
It's all about the music.
Why not be theatrical?
I know.
Huh?
Be fun.
You know,
one guy's got a hood on his head, like a executioner or something. Yeah.
I mean, he's
Cradle of Death, huh?
Filth. Yeah.
Cradle of Filth.
No, they were Cradle of Death.
No,
then they became the new.
I enjoyed their cover of James Taylor, Fire and Rain, and they did a hell of a job with some of those early Jim Croce tunes, Operator.
I agree.
Yeah, and then their cover of Eric Clapton's saddest song is really.
And, you thought maybe you liked Anne Murray's and then, of course, Loggins and Messina, but their Danny's song.
Oh, really?
Is really, yeah.
Tears in Heaven will have you.
Lovely.
Anyway, I bet it's a fun show. I hope he enjoys himself.
Where are they playing?
They're in Boise this evening, I believe. Or maybe.
So could we ever have them in the room? We got the room all set for a band.
Cradle of Filth?
Yeah,
Can you
never
imagine,
allow that.
Can you imagine how uncomfortable you would be talking to Mr. Cradle of Filth?
Is it Danny Filth? I think it's...
That's his name?
Yeah, I think Danny Filth is the front man.
So you weren't far away with Danny's song, Tom.
No.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's why it popped into my head.
Well, when we come back, we'll get to Today in History, possibly.
And advice, we need to give advice to a listener.
Okay, good. But right now, I want to tell you about the revolution in coffee. It's from Java House. And by the way, a real quick parenthetical note. The Indianapolis 109th running of the Indy 500 is coming up on Sunday. Weather looking pretty good, and some unusual stuff happening there. Some of the the premier team has been knocked to the back. Mm-hmm. That's another story. We'll get to that later. But there's going to be a Java House vehicle there, and the Java House car just moved up a notch or two because of some of the stuff going on. So be looking for the Java House car, the Splenda car, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, I want to tell you about Java House because it's the revolution in coffee. Certainly right here, we have Java House peel and pour pods everywhere. Here's one. And the way this works is it looks like a Keurig cup, but you don't have to have that Keurig machine that's got all kinds of disease and stuff in it. No, you just take this, you peel the top off, you pour it in a cup with whatever you want, hot water for coffee, or perhaps make some nice iced tea. That's my pleasure. Thank you. And some of us on the staff enjoy the cocoa. They also have energy drinks, hydration drinks. See, Josh mentioned to me off the air once how much he liked the cocoa.
One time.
And so I kept mentioning it. Now we're getting letters from people. How much cocoa does Josh drink every morning? And
why can't we rename it Java House Josh's Cocoa?
Yeah. Oh, I'm all in.
How about that? Huh?
We'll make that happen.
Well, there's a Java House actual retail spot. We could maybe rent the place next door and have that just the cocoa hut.
Yeah, maybe I could have a cocoa signing.
Oh, that'd be nice.
In November. Something
okay,
like that.
good. That's a great idea. Come to Java House and meet Josh and get a cup of cocoa.
Yeah.
You peel and pour. It's that simple. Lattes, teas, coffees, et cetera, et cetera. So revolutionize the office coffee room. Makes things a lot easier and delicious. As they like to say, amazingly smooth. Find the cold brew, et cetera, et cetera. JavaHouse.com. The promo code Bob and Tom will get you 25% off your online order. That's amazing. Right now, Java House giving you a chance to win an exclusive Java House ECR racing jacket and Java House pods for a year. We got a link to this. Go to bobandtom.com/contest. Win a cool prize and a bunch of Java House pods from Java House. This is really fun. bobandtom.com/contest. Coming up, we have Ms. Pat, Alli, Breen, and more. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey guys, Jess Hooker here from the Bob and Tom Show. Looks like the weather's gonna hold out and I am going to do the IndyCar two-seater experience. A little nervous, but I think I'll be okay. I've been coming to the race since I was about 5, so this is a dream come true. I'm ready to get in one of these cars. I just don't know if they're gonna let me go ahead and drive one. Do you think if I asked to let me sit in front, maybe? Here we go. The nerves are setting in. I'm just waiting for the excitement to trump the nerves. All right. Down and forward. Got it.
Keep going all the way down.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
We're in here.
You don't have to hold on to anything. The car will hold on to you.
Mentally, it feels like maybe there should be a handle somewhere. Maybe like one of those Fisher-Price car wheels. That'd be cool. Steering wheel.
We thought about putting a horn in there so you can honk at the driver and make it faster or whatever.
What's your name?
Jeremy.
Okay, hi, Jeremy. Just like to know who's making me safe. I'm not sure if it's sweat from nerves. I probably should have emptied my bladder. There's a lot of things going through my head right now. I love my family. Holy hell, it's running, guys. This ain't no game. Holy. Oh my God. my God. The first lap, I don't know why I'm winded. I didn't do anything. First lap, oh my gosh, we're getting up to speed. This is amazing, it's awesome. Second lap, oh hell, how fast are we going? Third lap, I got a little nauseous, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how those guys do this for hours at a time. This is nuts. But I feel like the luckiest girl in the world. I can't believe that I'm here, that I was on the track, that I got to do this today. This is just like a dream come true for anybody who loves IndyCar, but especially a girl that's been raised here in Indianapolis. It comes out here every year, my entire life since I was 4 years old. I'm still in shock. But you cross over those bricks and you see the pagoda coming out of turn 4, and I don't know what I could compare it to. Holy hell, dude. Beautiful.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah. More or less.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP member. First step, click the link at bobandtom.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Everybody's here. Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
Pat Godwin.
Hello.
And the ladies. Christy Lee.
Hello.
Jess Hooker.
Hi.
Chase Cosby. Hey. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Tom is a flurry of activity as soon as we come back on the air.
It did look like, you're working on something.
Yeah, we got a lot going on over here. By the way, special award, Jess Hooker gets the Employee of the Week award.
Really?
For her hard work yesterday.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Along with Eddie Hazel and company, did a great job.
Is there any way you could mention an Employee of the Week and or year without mentioning Eddie Hazel? Is that possible?
No, it's not possible.
No, Eddie.
He's won it how many years in a row now?
Well, and he won it 4 times in a row, so now he gets to detail my car. So it's a great prize.
See, you're joking, but that sounds exactly like something
They are good at
that. They are wonderful. It's almost born in them. And
All right.
remember what you told Pat that one time? Well, I was out driving the car, and I went past Pat's house, and he was, and I said, you know what? I'll just bring my dog over here and let Pat walk my dog. Give him a treat, he said.
It was very weird. I need to come over to your place and you.
Wait a second. Hold on a second.
Let me handle.
When you say your place, it was my house.
Okay.
You were staying in my house.
Staying in your house.
I owned that house. You were staying there for free.
Well, at least he doesn't hold that over your head.
Yeah, no.
That really helps.
I had a semi-emergency situation.
You know, classy people never talk about money. Have you noticed that?
But that's not how you sold it, Tom. You said, I believe your exact words were, I'm going to give Pat a treat.
Yes.
Do him a favor and let him walk.
And now, Pat, you have since gotten, that's a good word, your own dog.
Yeah.
And do you like that dog?
Jimmy's dog. Love. Cabochon.
Oh, really?
Great breed.
Chick McGee, who advised you to get a dog so many years ago?
You did, Tom.
When? What happened?
Changed my life. I love dogs now, and she's a good baby. Well, the original one's dead, but I got a couple more. Then another one died, so I had to get another one.
Trying to make me feel bad.
That's what happened. They just die. Josh?
No, but Pat, wasn't it nice? I was driving by my house where you were living.
Here's the thing. It was very clandestine. There was something secret.
What was going on that I had to...
You said, I'm bringing a dog over. Well, can you walk it for like an hour?
An hour?
And I go, yeah, sure, but why? He goes, I can't tell you.
What? I don't even remember what was going on.
I don't have to go downtown and bang
Sounds
a
right.
broad I've got hidden at the hotel.
It was something.
Maybe it was doing it in
allergic to
your
poaching.
house that he owned.
Well, I don't know. At the time, I forget how many I usually.
It was an adorable
Was that when I had 6 dogs? Was that?
He had a lot of dogs, yeah. And this dog was adorable.
I thought we're not supposed to talk about that anymore because you having more than 4 dogs is illegal in the county.
Yeah, it becomes
I'm down. I'm no longer have 6.
You got to bring your dog, Pat, over to my house.
I will.
Yeah, yeah. My cat
you'll love him.
Loves dogs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we'll have to see if your dog loves cats.
Well, my dog does, but he does. Paula's cat is very scared of my girlfriend's cat.
Oh, okay. No, Gravy loves dogs.
Her little pussy cat is scared of mine.
What is your?
Paula's.
Don't go down that road.
You at least got to let him finish the sentence. You can't just say those 2 words.
Wait a second.
Now it's kind of hanging out.
I acknowledge that.
Sometimes it is.
I made a mistake. Pat, these are on. You have just
come out of the shower and go, hey, you want some of this?
you have just destroyed your life. Well, Pat, I hope you enjoy your apartment. You'll be sleeping there by yourself for quite some time. Have we finished Today in History yet?
No, you haven't started.
You're in charge of it, ding dong.
Are we blessed to have pets? My gosh.
Oh, my God. Makes your
They
life.
really are such a blessing. And so, but every now and again, I do go, oh, man, when this ends. And it floors me for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I'm gonna be mad.
Bad topic.
It's horrible.
Okay, let's get to Today in History, shall we?
Monkey's 12. And
Okay, could we get to Today in History?
We're getting close to the decision.
All right. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
On this date in 2025, Monkey.
Oh, take her out.
All right. Music?
Just like a bag of trash. What?
I can't do the Today in History without the music.
Well, when you're right, you're right.
You're going to do it Old Yeller style?
Possibly, maybe.
All right.
You happy now? Why don't we get back to the Paula's?
Can you imagine if poor chick the next morning came? Well, I had Old Yeller. I mean, that's a tall order.
Remind me off the air to tell you a story about.
I came home from work one day.
I think we're not discussing this.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
I want to hear it.
No, you don't.
I demand you to.
No, we're not doing it.
Morning like that.
Right.
We have Today in History. Could I have the music? I can't do it without the music.
Just did it.
No, I got to have the music. It's got to fade in.
Hang on a
You
second.
know we have
Wait a
listeners who
minute.
have shot their own dogs.
I have family that
You know,
shoots them.
we have listeners that are just shoot themselves if this continues.
Hey, look, if you've shot your dog, send us an email. We want to hear it.
Is this the music you're talking
Mark's
about?
going to shoot you.
Okay, this will work. That's on German music.
Time now for Today in History. Here's reporter Tom Griswold.
Well, now the
Tom,
the thing you played before.
It's Today in History.
You happy?
Go ahead, Tom.
I love when he messes with.
Do you have a
Whenever you're ready, Tom.
Miss Hooker? Do you have any Vaseline?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna need it to shove Chick's monitor up his ass.
Here, my hand.
No, I can't think of anything that would derail us more than.
Come on, let's get it going. You can keep me rolling.
Dancing like a maniac.
At 2:45. You know what I need. Well, I'll twist for you, baby. Hit a rip for you, baby. Take another shot, get lit for you, baby. It's a quarter to 4.
It's a damn. Are you?
I watch that on YouTube. There's about 10 songs I'll go to just to watch. That's one of them. I love that
And that's a
one.
great video too.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. He plays this character.
Yeah.
This Big Velvet or whatever.
Big Velvet.
Paul Coffin, we love you.
Yeah, that is and is he okay now?
Yeah, he's
He didn't need to take a break and.
yeah, he's feeling. He got sick and he's feeling
Okay, good, good.
doing well.
Okay, time now for Today in History.
Okay.
And here's Today in History.
You like this one, right, Tom?
You like that
But
one,
this
right?
this has nothing to do with it. And here. This is the music.
France or something?
On this date in 1927, what happened in Paris, France?
Oh,
27.
1927.
off with their heads.
Almost 100 years ago, we'll be celebrating the 100th anniversary of this in 2 years.
The Eiffel Tower.
The French.
No.
French told Hitler right this way.
27? What do? You read a book?
Early years.
Charles Lindbergh.
They were there a lot earlier than
he landed in Paris.
Lindbergh landed the Spirit of St. Louis in Paris.
American
You know, this will interest you, Miss Hooker.
Charles Lindbergh, one of the foremost American Nazis. Look it up.
33 and a half hours. Where did he get the fuel for that?
And it was in front. There was no window.
Crazy.
I know, but
The
that's
fuel tank
crazy.
blocked. He had to lean his head out to land. Literally.
33.
You can see it at the Smithsonian. It's amazing.
Yeah.
One June bug hits the front wrong and it explodes.
Right?
That would have been terrifying.
And
he had to siphon that gas.
To find Paris, he had to lean out the window and look for the trails of smoke from the cigarettes. And cigarettes. Now, technically,
Paris is smoking.
This counts as the St. Louis Rams' first touchdown, Josh.
I didn't know that.
They touched down in the Spirit of St. Louis. The Spirit of St. Louis, do you know why it's called that?
No, I don't.
It was literally a ad buy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't from St. Louis. The plane wasn't from St. Louis. It was a company that wanted to promote the city of St. Louis, so they paid. It would be like having your name on the side of a race car, oddly enough. Speaking of aviation, on this date in 1932, Amelia Earhart landed successfully in Northern Ireland, 17 hours across the Atlantic. But
that floors me that, well.
She was trying to go 25 hours, but she had to change her tampon.
Oh, Josh.
Now, a healthier joke would be she was trying to get to Paris, but she was getting directions from the tower at the Newark airport.
Oh.
Have you seen the latest video of the giant Airbus almost landing on the highway?
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
You know, we have a really nice history of air travel in this country. Can't we afford to get a proper system for these great people who are air traffic controllers? I think we can. Let's spend some money on that, shall we?
I fly a lot. I've managed to evade Newark all these years so far. Knock wood.
Not me.
Never flown in there either.
Well, by the way, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. If you're just joining us, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios.
Run.
And we are...
There's nothing to hear here. Go on.
Can you play the music again?
Sure.
Attaboy.
It's time for today in history. Mighty memories.
Letting it all hang out.
Yeah.
If we fail,
okay, enough.
Remember.
1990, the final episode of Newhart airs on CBS.
90?
Newhart, the travelogue, or Newhart, the psychiatrist?
Travel. The hotel one.
Where he's out in the woods, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hotel owner.
One of the great endings of all time.
Cop out, cheap, lazy writing.
Yeah.
Really?
Gimmicky.
Yeah, you mean like The Sopranos?
The story is Suzanne
just goes black in the middle of
came
the...
up with that, I guess, at a party or something.
It's fun. Yeah, it was a very fun.
She and Bob's wife were talking.
It meant nothing to me as a kid, really.
Right.
But, I appreciate it.
It was a callback to his previous sitcom. It's legendary, considered to be the greatest ending of a sitcom ever, as opposed to MASH, which was the worst ending.
Oh, speaking of MASH, I watched the 4 seasons, the original one.
Oh, yeah.
Last night, just so I could have something to talk to Tom about.
The movie.
Really old, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
It was good. Yeah.
Alan Alda and Carol Burnett.
Yeah.
Have you watched the new version?
I did. I started that after the fact. And
They remade that?
Yes.
It's a series.
They did it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Steve Carell and Tina Fey.
I see.
It's got a good twist to it.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's all right.
Yeah, don't get too attached to Steve Carell.
This is an odd one. This may be the oddest thing in Today in History I've ever seen. Thank you, Chick, for those that are watching it. Again, does he shoot his dog? Is that what we're going to get to?
No. Evidently, the dog has a gun.
It's quite a twist.
Very helpful. See, this is how helpful he is. This is what set him off. Oh, I know.
Well, if
I
you
did.
saw the original, I mean,
Brought up his mom.
yeah, and biting her toenails.
Okay, this is really unusual. I don't think anyone will get it. In the year 2000, the actual spine of one of America's presidents, and I know there's an obvious joke here.
Yeah.
Not all of them had one.
Right.
The actual spine of an American president was put on display at the National Museum of Health and Medicine in Washington, D.C.
What year was this?
The year 2000.
I'm going to guess FDR.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Since he had issues.
Right.
What about Lincoln?
No, it's
Hoover?
No, Lincoln is buried under a massive bit of concrete.
Maybe they took his spine out first. You don't know.
I know Truman had the biggest balls. I know that.
Yeah. It's James Garfield, James Abram Garfield.
Well, who
Did they
would
say
guess
why?
that?
Why would they have the spine?
It's just
Was
one
it
of those
curved or
weird.
something?
He, of course, was a assassinated by a
disgruntled office.
Disgruntled office seeker, yeah.
You remember Garfield was president, Josh? Remember? He didn't work very well on Monday.
No, yeah. He ran against Normal, didn't he?
He ran against Normal.
Garfield's
Never did care for him.
Garfield's spinal column showed exactly where one out of the two assassins' bullet passed through it on July 2nd of 1881.
That does make sense, yes.
Wow. Anyway, that's an oddity in history. I suppose we should probably do some birthdays, make everybody happy. The most famous of the popes, of course, Christy.
Most famous of the popes, Peter.
No, Alexander Pope, 1688.
No.
That was for you, Josh.
I had to read quite a bit of Alexander Pope in my romantic verse.
Yeah, my deepest sympathy. He wrote "The Rape of the Lock."
Well, that means the carrying off of, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, that'd be really tight.
Yeah.
They called him the safecracker, didn't they?
I
don't find any humor in this.
This has been Today in History with Tom Griswold.
How about this one? Okay, here you go. The great Fats Waller.
Yeah.
He played Piana, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he play Piana?
I'm going to guess either Piana or Pool. No. If you're named Fats.
Yeah,
that was Fats Domino?
No, the Fats Waller was the original Fats.
Oh, Minnesota Fats was the pool player.
Right.
I don't know if people are called Fats anymore.
Yeah, I think it's body shaming.
Remember the...
I think we should shame bodies.
Yeah, tell it like it is.
Bring it back.
The keyboard player for the Chuck E. Cheese band.
He was a Fats, right?
I was named Fats.
Was he?
He was named Fats, yeah.
And then there's in contemporary culture. I forget the name of that TV show. There's the drag queen trans Fats Waller.
If there's a trans Fats, there has to be a trans Fats.
RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yeah.
Because who has drag queens? Their sense of humor is always off the charts.
It's awesome.
Yeah, there probably is a trans Fats Waller.
I bet there is.
It's kind of a cooking joke.
And by the way,
Miss Hooker, I'd appreciate it.
Not all drag queens are trans.
I'd appreciate a chuckle, trying to have a little fun here.
Okay.
We should spend some time on that one morning. Trans or entertainment of that genre and their names, like Helen Hunt or
Helena Handbasket.
Helena Handbasket. Those are fun.
Born in 1917 in the state. Raymond Burr, famous for portraying anyone?
Perry Mason, of course.
Oh.
And in Ironside. He also owned Fiji Island, didn't he?
He was crammed into Godzilla by an American
after
studio.
the fact. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
He's in the great movie Rear Window.
Yeah.
He is.
That is good.
Yeah, that is good.
He is the bad guy.
A very interesting story. Closeted in Hollywood back in the day.
If you haven't seen that, don't get too attached to Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
that's not true.
Well, that's not true.
Hey, did you see who's playing Kim
broke
Novak?
his leg.
No.
Sydney Sweeney's going to play Kim Novak in a movie.
No way.
That's.
I don't know, man.
I just heard something bang the bottom of your desk.
Kim Novak was amazing.
Chick is really a big fan of Sydney's.
Let's see. Happy birthday to Lawrence Tureau. Anyone?
Lawrence Tureau.
Yeah.
Tureau?
Is it 1952. Better known as Mr. T.
Oh, all right.
And of course, also Ice-T's father.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all the little T's.
Do you think anyone ever writes letters, Dear Dumbass?
Did you ever see that movie where he played a gynecologist, Mr. T and the Women? Boy, that's a joke for four people.
Yeah.
Dr. T and the Women.
Whoa.
You made four people that you're doing better than Howie Mandel.
Yeah, okay. Jeffrey Dahmer, born in this date in 1960.
He was a fun guy, right?
Misunderstood hero.
He was a good date for a little bit, right?
How about this one? 1972, Christopher Wallace. Anyone?
Oh, sure, Mike Wallace's kid.
Not Chris Wallace, Christopher Wallace.
Oh,
I'm sure he goes by Christopher. I'm sure his mother calls him Christopher when she's angry.
Horrible movie they made it about, his last book or something. Is that what you're talking about?
The Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, sure, of course. And Hypnotize I can listen to anytime, anywhere.
I love that song.
Me too.
Yep.
I love it.
You ever heard Hypnotize? You've heard Hypnotize. You verbally undressed a trainer, I believe, at a gym because they were...
Well, Hypnotized, of course. Is that based on the great...
Not the Fleetwood Mac song.
No, that's Regulate, right?
I love that song.
Yeah, Regulators has...
That's the one. It's a Michael McDonald song, and Michael McDonald told us his friends prefer that to his original version.
Great song.
Yeah. And lastly, Noel Fielding from the Great British Bake Off. I love that show. I don't know why. I can sit there and watch that. I don't cook. A lot
more popular than that short-lived show, The Great British Whack Off. Yeah, why didn't people watch that?
And why didn't you say British instead of British?
Oh, did I mess it up? Oh, you messed it up. Oh, yeah.
You know something? I have a quick survey. Had he gotten it right, would it have helped?
I'm going to say yeah.
Really? Okay.
I was preoccupied.
I would say weak in concept, delivery, and all
the way around,
and results.
So ill-conceived and poorly delivered.
Yes, yes.
That's my MO.
It's like that one song. Pat did, bad but long.
How can I not name my next album "Ill-Conceived and Poorly Delivered"?
And then put a little sticker on and say, "Enjoy it."
Well, I think that's today in history. I think we covered it. We got it out of the way, Christy. It's the first time I've done it right in about 3 weeks.
Yay!
We have a lot of interesting things on the way.
We haven't even done sports yet.
Shut up your mouth.
Okay, we'll get to all that
We
next.
haven't gotten to this listener's advice. He really needs our help.
Okay. When we come back, we're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Productivity around here? Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly
Smooth.
Not smooth.
A look at their car is perhaps the best way to introduce the uninitiated to WFBQ Radio's morning team, Bob and Tom. The pink and camouflage junker features 3 hood ornaments, a bowling trophy, the hind quarter of a horse, and a jar of tartar sauce that will have to be explained elsewhere.
295 Night Ranger when you close your eyes. It's 8:42. You're with Bob and Tom on a 2 for Tuesday.
Good morning.
Howdy.
Great.
Holmes.
Sherlock. Let's play word association.
Okay.
Howdy.
Holmes.
Sherlock.
Holmes.
John C. With Bob and Tom.
Holmes.
The human tripod.
I see.
Okay, I'm sorry, Bob.
That's all right.
From 6 a.m. and for the next 4 hours, Bob Kavoyan and Tom Griswold fill the airwaves with jokes and pranks that range from silly to hilarious and from bawdy to sick.
Why is sex like air?
Why is sex like air? I give up, Bob.
Because it's no big thing unless you're not getting it.
They deliver a National Lampoon sort of humor that leaves the audience laughing while wondering how Q95 can broadcast some of the things they say.
Half the joke is in your mind. The joke isn't stated outright. Mm-hmm. The person has to put something into it to get something out of it.
Yeah, they're fun and
people like them.
People enjoy them.
They laugh at them. And there's an alternative. You can always change the channel.
Mm-hmm.
But people aren't. After 2 years on the air, Bob and Tom have taken Q95's morning show to the top of the volatile morning FM ratings. WFBQ is the 3rd radio station the zany team has worked for. After 6 years together, they've got the routine down pat. Bob runs the audio control board, plays straight man, and provides the program's famous laugh.
Amateur phylactics. Amazing concept, I think, and I think it's going to
Tom sits in a mound of notes and papers to provide the program's often quoted jokes and many of its voices.
Oh, hello, Mohandas.
Hello, Bob.
How are you?
Oh, I am fine today. Hello, Tom. Hi, Mohandas. You look very good today. Thank you so much, Mohandas.
Much of their banter is off the cuff, with an occasionally rehearsed punchline off mic during a song.
Only if it makes you late for the ceremony.
She's controversial. She's provocative. She's the famous sex therapist, Dr. Ruth Weisboner. Good morning, Dr. Ruth. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Dr. Ruth.
Their regular spoof on Dr. Ruth Westheimer features some of their more risque humor.
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married?
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married? Well, no, as long as you're not late for the wedding.
Bob and Tom's task of filling 20 hours of airtime every week is made easier by several regular characters phoned in by people around town. Nightclub owner Sonny is a favorite.
Great approach. How are things going out at the track? I know you're running the mystery flesh tent this year.
Everything is going just fine, Dow. I bred that baby up, throw it in some shortening, and serve it up. It's the mystery flesh tent, Dow.
It's located, of course, in turn 1.
It's right there in turn 1 where people seem to be the most hungry and the least discriminating.
Other characters are voiced by regular visitors to the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Tiger Don Bardo. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Your Highness. Q95 midday personality Jay Baker voices the spoof on Richard Nixon.
Now, do you remember Ronald Reagan visiting the German cemetery over the weekend?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
The media referred to it as the Nazi cemetery. You know, I was the one that put him up to that.
I see.
I said, babes, this is going to be so beautiful for your career. Trust me on this one. I told him, I said, when I was a young boy, I heard the phrase, the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. I said, Ronnie, you can't miss a whole field full of dead Nazis. You slide over there, you put the wreath down, the wreath, and you're cruising.
Bob and Tom say they get very few complaints from listeners as they poke fun at every special interest group imaginable, and station management has left them unrestrained on the limits of their humor. After 2 years, the result has been high ratings, a devoted following, and 2 happily transplanted Hoosiers who say they just might stay to grow old and gray on Q95.
Could be. It's very possible. In fact, it's already started.
Bob's getting gray.
Yeah. Tom's getting old. Yeah.
This is Greg Todd, Channel 6 News.
Oh, I feel so much better now. You know, Bob.
Yes.
I don't want to say that most of the women that you go out with have questionable morals or anything, but last night.
I never forget one time we were doing a show. We were doing the Bob and Tom show. I was on it there on Carb Morning, and they were live in the infield. Townsend Bell, I had gotten Townsend Bell when he was still driving to be on the show. So at that morning, I was Tom, Christie, Townsend Bell. Pat McAfee was sitting here, then Bob, and Chick McGee. Okay. And so we're talking back and forth. And at one point, Tom looks at Townsend Bell, and he goes, so Townsend, who do you think is going to win the Indianapolis 500 this year? And Townsend Bell looks right at Pat McAfee. He goes, Pat, you're a professional athlete. Do you ever get used to the media asking you stupid questions? Bob and Chick hit their feet. They were applauding, standing ovation. Oh, my gosh. One of the biggest laughs.
Show in a special race morning show Sunday morning. Carb Day Show brought to you by Speedway Subaru Volkswagen. They'll be there too race day along with Reese Nichols Jewelers.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Josh and Christy and Pat and Jess and Ace. I'm Chick. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick.
Off another successful Today in History episode.
Yes.
Everybody's talking about it.
Oh, yes.
Before we get to sports, sad story in the news. A fine comic actor has passed away from, you know him from Cheers, among other things.
Norm,
yeah.
George Wendt has passed away. His family said he died peacefully Tuesday morning. He was 76 years old. Born and raised in Chicago, Wendt began his comedy career with the Second City Improv Troupe back in the 70s, and best known, of course, for his portrayal of Norm Peterson on the NBC sitcom Cheers from 1982 to 1983. I heard he was on every single episode of that show during its run.
He was wonderful.
Yeah. His performance as the affable, beer-loving bar regular earned him 6 consecutive Primetime Emmy nominations. And, of course, Norm is a beloved catchphrase among fans. He met his wife, actress Bernadette Burkett, on Cheers, and she later voiced Norm's off-screen wife, Vera. The couple have 3 children.
When he walked into Cheers one day, and Woody goes, hey, Mr. Peterson, there's a cold one waiting for you. And Norm goes, yeah, and if she calls, tell her I'm not here. I couldn't believe how funny that was. But probably his most famous one was...
it's a dog-eat-dog world.
Yep, yeah. And I'm wearing Milk-Bone underwear.
Yeah.
The audience went berserk.
Yeah.
He was also, evidently, his sister is Jason Sudeikis' mom.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw a gross headline yesterday that said Jason Sudeikis' uncle died. And I was like, we know.
What?
The world knows George went.
Absolutely.
You clickbait pricks.
Wow. And his wife was never on camera.
No.
There's a whole history in sitcoms of, and not just sitcom, Charlie's Angels.
Right. Now, does he ever reveal himself?
Bosley.
Was it William Forsythe?
Yeah, I don't think.
John Forsythe.
John, thank you.
What are the other ones?
Big Bang Theory, the mom is.
Yeah,
What about,
that's what I thought of too.
yes.
Niall's wife on Frasier.
Right.
What about this? You saw the person, but you didn't see Wilson's full face.
Right.
Or do you at the end? I don't
I don't
know.
think you do.
Tim Allen?
No.
Tim Allen Show, the next door
I
neighbor.
don't think so.
The Carlton the doorman on Rhoda.
Oh, really? There was a running gag with a doorman?
And he was kind of a drunk. This
And wasn't
is
it-
Carlton, your doorman.
Wasn't it the producer?
Lorenzo Music.
Wasn't that his voice?
I think he was
He
the
did
producer.
Garfield and
Yeah.
What about the human characters in Tom and Jerry? You could always see him from like the waist up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Or like, yeah.
Or Nanny and Muppet Babies.
Yes, exactly like that.
Yeah.
Who was Barbara Billingsley?
Well, what about the teacher in Charlie Brown?
You didn't see them, did you?
No.
That is one of the greatest gags. I'm not hearing anything because you're saying nothing. Well, that's a perfect tie into sports.
Because I'm not going to be saying, wait a minute.
Well, can we get to this gentleman's advice first? He really does want our help.
This could be one of those shows we never get to sports.
This person is named after a square of butter.
A Pat?
Yes, Pat.
Okay.
I was happy to hear Josh say he loves the snack food popcorners. I do love them. I just discovered them and I'm hooked. Good for you, Pat. They're amazing. On a different topic, I need some advice. I just bought a new vehicle that has a great sound system. What song do you, and he's asking mostly you guys because you're professionals in the auditory
That's right.
milieu.
You say milieu? That's how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Milieu.
No.
Oh, you go with that?
Hey, of course. The more pretentious way.
All right.
I would have said sphere because it doesn't sound as pretentious.
Oh, well, that's why you have to go with milieu. What song do you think is the best to play while setting the equalizer?
Okay.
Now,
wait a minute.
he goes on.
Go ask Alan. He's in the next room.
He says, I'm thinking Kid Charlemagne by Steely Dan, and he said, parentheses, sorry, Josh.
That's a good one.
Anything by Steely Dan.
But would love to hear your suggestions.
We were talking. Alan is in the next room.
Anything
actually,
from Asia
what was the
or
one?
Wales.
All the guys when they're setting up concerts now. There's some record that's kind of the standard.
Yeah, he would know. I don't know that.
We were talking about it a couple weeks ago, and I forget what it is.
After the Lovin' by Engelbert Humperdinck.
Christy's going to check a guy who pretends to know. Alan.
God.
Asia, the song Asia by Steely Dan.
Yeah, anything off that album works.
Okay.
They play all the notes.
While we wait, do you want to hear the Chuck Norris joke?
I do.
This one did make me laugh out loud.
What is it?
When Chuck Norris downloads a new app, it accepts his terms and conditions.
I like that very much.
I like it too.
Okay, what did Alan say?
Anything by Steely Dan.
Okay, so we covered it, yeah.
Okay, so his Pat, your instincts were correct.
It's so true, though.
Kid Charlemagne, if you like a melodic nonsense, yes,
One of
I
the
would
best
suggest
songs
that.
of all time.
You
What?
don't like that song?
Stick with any rhythm or melody.
Kid Charlemagne?
That's a song. Time out. That's a song.
Yeah,
Kid Charlemagne.
not just a
Rap artist.
Right.
Okay.
This isn't it.
I didn't know that.
No, this is Do It Again.
Yeah.
This is good.
They're all good.
That's me on the bongo.
Kid Charlemagne is the one about the guy making LSD.
Yeah.
Who knows what it's about because
Yeah.
I don't know. What's that
lyrics are
called?
so awfully
called?
vague and
They're not
What?
vague.
It looks like a fish, and you take a chopstick and do this noise.
Oh, that's a dictaphone.
It is
a dictaphone.
Yeah, it looks like a big no. Okay.
I've never seen one that looks like a penis.
Looks like one that's kind of grooved that way.
Yeah, I love those.
Okay.
That'd be neat.
So
This has got everything Tom loves. A big, long intro.
Oh, yeah.
I love this song.
It is great.
How do you spend your time while you're waiting for them to start singing? And they're not going to sing here.
It's got great guitar stuff going on. Nice chord changes.
This is good.
Bunch of
Traffic and weather together coming up here on the Tans.
I'll tell you what, had so much fun last night. We're going to do it again with the Steely Dan. It's named after a dildo from a William Burroughs novel. Hit it, buddy.
Oh, you stepped on
Wow.
it.
You little,
Oh, I couldn't remember Donald Fagen's name for a half a second. It threw me.
Sloppy.
Okay. Can you play Kid Charlemagne for
I ain't got it.
El Dopo over there?
I think it's coming in right now.
This one.
You remember this?
This is Kid Charlemagne.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, that's why it's so great.
No.
It mixes. It's this. I mean, what is that heavy metal crap you listen to?
Story.
Pick a key. Pick a key.
I'm with Josh. I don't like this.
This is a great song.
This is about a guy. This is about Owsley who made LSD. And,
Exactly.
Was he on it when he wrote it?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Around.
Did you feel like Jesus?
Did you feel like Jesus?
None of it makes
I
sense.
don't like it.
No. It's a
That
mess.
you were a champion in that.
I always thought they thought you were Italian in their eyes. But,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's because he's mush-mouthed for most of it.
How would you think Italian was champion? How did you?
I can't really tell you on the air. There's a
You've
reason.
got to turn it off.
Stop to stare at your Technicolor motorhome.
Oh, it's great. See, he's got the Technicolor motorhome like
my old brain have an aneurysm.
There's something underneath it that sounds good, but then there's all
You're
kinds
exactly
of
right.
things on
It
top of it.
fools you into thinking that it's something.
Yeah,
And it's
and I keep waiting for it to get good. Yeah.
Is there gas?
Welcome to our new show. It's the Philistines as critics.
It sounds like it should be something.
It does.
It thinks it's good, and that's one of its issues, too.
Yeah.
It thinks it's brilliant.
So to answer your friend's question there, so what album would you have him listen to test his stereo?
Terrence Trent D'Arby.
That's not a bad record.
That's a great record.
I mean, you're not.
Really?
Yeah.
You may have got a laugh, but you're not wrong.
That's a great
Christy,
song.
how about you? What record sonically takes you?
I would have done Steely Dan too. I love that.
Pat Godwin?
Steely Dan, but Roxy Music's Avalon is also it's the whole album.
Remember, it's best for equalizing, so that
The sound of that album still holds up. Anything by Steely Dan, though.
I imagine when you're equalizing, you want something that's very layered, something that's very
Specifically a Royal Scam or a...
Where there's a certain quietness to it would be important.
Okay.
Maybe
Charlemagne is not quiet enough.
Sean Colvin, perhaps.
No.
The Repairs album is a wonderful production.
That's the best produced album I've ever
That
heard.
is a wonderful record. Yeah.
A Few Small Repairs. That's a great one.
I don't know why you're not going Paul Cawthon country.
That's awfully good.
Yeah.
That's got everything.
That does.
Yeah.
Is that a live version on the record?
No.
Or just on the in the video?
Yeah. No. There's an actual video of the studio, and then there are live.
Because the one I watch is a live in concert thing.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure somebody recorded.
Okay. I didn't know that. Chick McGee, your choice. Is testing a stereo. What record do you go with?
I said Steely Dan. Anything, probably.
Okay.
Roller Scam. I like Roller
Ace,
Scam.
what would you
a lot.
do?
I've never EQ'd in my car.
Okay. All right. That's the answer we kind of
Fair
expected.
enough.
Was
What did I tell you? Just
Do you know why? He can't EQ in the car because of the flapping sound of the plastic dry cleaner bag window in the rear. That's about to celebrate its third year in production.
Okay?
How many of you have done the EQ in your car?
I mean, that really wasn't the question, though. It was,
No,
What do you use to test it?
it's already EQ'd.
Maybe we could test this show.
Thank you.
Another good reason not to come back with sports. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
Hey, it's your pal Josh Arnold. You know, every year, rock fans and metalheads from around the world travel to Louisville, Kentucky for one of the biggest and best music festivals on the planet. Louder Than Life. 90 bands perform over 4 days, and I knew that I had to join my fellow 160,000 so-called loudmouths for the experience of a lifetime. Louder than life. You know, one of the best things about these festivals is the people watching. The folks here are amazing. They're wonderful. They're freaks. They're lunatics. They're weirdos. And so am I. I am excited to talk to a few of these folks right now. Hey, I'm here with Dustin. Dustin, tell me, who are you here to see? Hey, I'm here with Jerry. Jerry, who are you here to see? Having a killer time, as you can hear, the show going on. You rock! Sister! Hey, I'm here with Amber. Now, Amber, my gosh, these stilts are amazing. How tall are they? And how long have you been a stiltzer, if you will? Wow, that's awesome. What band are you most excited to see here? All right, well, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, I'm here with Aurora. She is enjoying Louder Than Life. Aurora, who did you come to see? Aurora, how does it feel to be the youngest person here at Louder Than Life? You know, I got to be honest, I didn't expect you to be such a diva and to not really answer our questions. What Louder Than Life isn't just about the music. There are badass exhibits, super cool shops, and of course, the essential fuel for any great party, delicious drinks. Now we're going to play one of the tougher games here in Kentucky, urine or whiskey. And fantastic food. A loaded chicken fries with all that stuff inside. Gonna eat it all up, gonna eat it up. I love those loaded chicken fries. A loaded chicken fries. You know what I miss? I haven't been in a mosh pit in like 20 years. I don't see one going on. Maybe I'll just start one. All right, I'll start a mosh pit. It's these guys. That's the coolest motherfucker here. Hey, I'll be right back. All right, you do it. Where did I go? Where did I go? Where could I be? Where did I go? There I am, crowd surfing now. Look at me, right in the crowd. Look at me, woo! I'm riding on the crowd, they're passing me along. Oops, I almost hit that gal, did you see? Surfing on the crowd. Earlier, there was a wheelchair guy. Did you see him? That was pretty cool. Surfing on the crowd. I bet some people were mad they had to lift all of my weight. Oh, it's against the rules, but I don't care. I'm surfing on the crowd. You've got the point. We probably could have cut this already. Oh, I almost fell. Did you see that? Almost dropped me. Did you see that? Almost fell right to the ground. Because I'm surfing. The music at Louder Than Life might be angry and aggressive, but the people there, the exact opposite. Everyone had a great, safe, terrific time. We had all kinds of laughs, and we celebrated the world of rock and metal. I now consider myself to be a lifelong loudmouth. And Louder Than Life, you can count on me being there every year from here on out.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Hey, looking for the link to sync with Bob and Tom VIP? Yeah? It's right there at bobandtom.com.
Coming up, your shot at $1,000 an hour. It's less than an hour away. Keep listening for your shot to put $1,000 in your hand from Q95.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hey, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm Chick McGee. Hello, Tom.
Just learned something.
Yes, sir.
Remember how you were saying that you didn't until a few years ago realize that in the movie The Wizard of Oz,
Yeah, that took me by surprise.
at the very end, you realized that
They're all in the movie.
Yeah, they're all in the beginning in the farm.
Wizard and
Yeah.
the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, the only one who's the same is
We were talking about ways to refer to a prison, the Hooskow, up the river.
Are you talking about when Judy Garland was sent to prison?
No.
For the show Oz?
Yeah, the term the slammer.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I didn't know why it was called this. I've just been informed.
What?
Oh,
Why?
well, we know.
I never thought of it.
Slam the door shut?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
The door
sodomy.
slammed shut.
No, the door slammed shut.
That honestly never occurred to you?
No.
That's
Wow.
when they.
What?
That's when everybody said that's when it really hits you. You're in jail when the door slams.
All these years,
It's actually true.
did you think it was a sodomy reference?
Yes.
He hoped so.
Don't you notice how it changed, Pat? He was in jail.
Yeah, when that door closes, changes a man.
Now,
How long were you in stir there?
14 hours.
Oh, my
In the
God.
Mecklenburg County Jail.
now how many
I wrote 17 songs.
how many people were in the jail with you?
Two others. So, no, three of us. Yeah.
Did you keep track of the hours on the?
I
mark it
scratched
down?
like
Yeah.
Did they have a toilet?
They did, and one guy wanted to go, and the other two said, "You're not going in here." They refused to let him go.
Was it a stainless steel one?
Yes, it was.
You got to let the person pee.
Oh, he didn't want to pee. He needed to do it.
Yeah.
And the other
that's
the other two
understandable.
guys says, "You're not doing that." That's true.
I don't know, but I've been on the other end of that, and when that process starts, I don't. Can you can't stop that, can you?
Yeah, it depends.
The man that asked was extraordinarily drunk, and these two other fellows were not, and they were scary. So,
and what were you in for again? I forget.
For interrupting a police investigation and public intoxication, but they never tested me. But I was drunk.
But you weren't driving the car. You were stupid enough to mouth off to a police officer.
Passenger in
So
Charlotte.
did they charge you with obstruction of justice or something?
Interfering with the police investigation and PI, public intoxication. Yes.
Did you get fined after you got out of jail?
No, as you recall, you and I got a great lawyer, and
wait a minute, that's right, I did.
That would be you got a great lawyer.
And oddly enough, I have about 5 lawyers in different states.
It was May when this happened, May 5th, and I didn't go to court back in Charlotte until September. So it was a whole summer of thinking I was going to go to jail for a while. Because interfering with the police investigation is a serious offense.
What did you say to the police officer again?
Well, I got out of the car to help my buddy because he'd only had 3 beers, and he wasn't blowing. And I thought, if he only had 3 beers, so I got out of the car and said, "Hey, will you just blow for the officers? You only had 3 beers. You're going to be fine." "I was told not to blow." Officer says to me, "Oh, yeah, get back in the car." I said, "I'm just trying to help my buddy." "You say one more word." He takes out a gun, and I go, "Oh," and I go, he pulls his gun on me. And I go, "Oh, you're going to shoot me, Barney?"
Barney is the go-to. That's the go-to.
Honestly, and then I was handcuffed immediately, and it was terrifying. If you've ever been handcuffed before.
Oh, yeah, it's something else.
It is quite a mind F.
Can be kind of hot.
That's where you go, oh, I'm in trouble.
I honestly, my whole, it was incredible. It was terrifying.
We need to go back and pick up that Christy thinks it's hot to be
I said
handcuffed.
it can be kind of hot.
If they're fuzzy, yeah.
I didn't know.
Has anybody else been to jail in the room?
Wow.
I have been to I've been handcuffed and put in a holding center.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever paid bail for anybody?
Lots.
Yes.
Oh, really? Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Not lots. I've done it
I've been
twice.
handcuffed and put in the
Too
car.
many times.
Not
Yeah.
going to jail.
No? Ace, you been to jail?
No.
Okay.
Your hands are in the front, though, right?
No, in the back.
Oh, that's bad, right?
Yeah.
it's not good.
It sobers you up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
You know,
gosh.
I didn't get quiet, though. I got louder.
Oh, that's
My
not a
nerves-
surprise.
My nerves.
My buddy got louder too.
I
There
don't
were
know
four
why.
of us.
I don't know why I was doing it. I should have just.
And
shut
he
up.
wouldn't shut up, and it kept getting us in trouble.
I got louder.
Why did you get handcuffed?
We were doing one of my all-time favorite
Is it the garage thing?
Garage
called
stuff.
garaging. We were
Yes.
driving around. You look for open garages with a refrigerator.
I love this.
You run
story.
in, grab the beer out of the refrigerator, and go.
No way.
Yeah.
This can result in death, by the way.
We were charged with
breaking and
Wait, is
entering?
charged? We were
theft.
We were never
Trespassing,
And
probably.
I have a follow-up.
breaking and entering.
How did they catch you, master criminals?
Burglary, robbery. We decided to drink the booze at my buddy's work, which was a horse ranch, and we set off a silent alarm.
Oh.
And the police officer that came to check out the silent alarm had just left the house that reported their beer being stolen. Because they were having a party. We hit the motherlode.
After a thorough investigation, how did he find the beer again?
We were sitting on the cooler.
Did you get charged and convicted? And
No. We got let off because we were all good kids who had made one mistake.
Oh, God, that's right.
How long were you guys in for?
Only a few hours. Yeah.
And didn't they call your dad and your mom and dad were?
Yes, I later found out that my dad was being thorough and generous with my mother at the time that I called.
No kidding.
Did he finish?
And so he hung.
Wait. How'd that come up?
Christy goes, did he finish?
Well,
Yeah, he
apparently my dad hung up with me and said, "We need to go get Josh. He's at the jail." And my mom said, "Aren't you going to finish?"
Oh,
Hell yeah.
really?
Yes.
That's my dad told me that story.
I love that.
That's a good woman.
For your mom. We used to do something similar at the track. A group of us would go to the Indy 500 and we would take an empty cooler and we would just walk around to the different people's setup and they'd be like, "Hey, you want a beer?" And we'd say, "Sure." And we'd mostly just put them in our cooler and then find our place. And by the time we found our campsite, we'd have a beer full of cooler.
But that's they were given to you.
They were given to us. We didn't steal them.
They
I
took-
mean,
they
some
took
girls showed their
extras.
boobs.
And you
for
didn't
them.
interrupt your parents' fragrant delecto, if you will.
No,
Yeah, I had no idea about
That's
that.
fragrant delecto. It's a good smell.
Until years later. I would garage today. I love it. It's a
You could get shot.
That's part of the
There's
thrill.
too many cameras now, too.
Yeah,
do
that's
anything
true.
now.
I'm afraid of nothing.
You would wear a mask or something.
Put a wig on or something.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, wear a ski mask, run up somebody's driveway, and then you know the sound of a shotgun going.
Who's gonna shoot you? Come on.
Then they see the Carhartt shirt. They go, "Well, this is Josh."
That's gonna be Josh Arnold. Look at how slow he's walking.
He's almost slumbering.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
If you've been listening for 2 days, you really enjoyed it.
That's a great callback right there.
Man, I hope you have.
Well, it's time for sports. Oh, not yet.
NBA playoffs.
No, we don't have time.
I know.
Right now, I want to tell you about the Silac Insurance Company. They're very proud to have the Christy Lee News Desk
Here's Tom talking again.
under their awning over there.
Yeah, that's him.
The Silac Insurance
Talk it
Company.
up, Tom.
I'm going to. As most of you know, if you've been looking at the stock market lately, up, down, up, down, up, down. And when it comes to your retirement, you don't want to have to deal with the volatility, if you will, of the market. That's where annuities come into play.
What's the market doing again?
It's going up, down, up, down, up,
Like
down.
Josh's mom and dad. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna take that?
Wow.
They weren't doing that. My dad was servicing my mother.
Oh.
He was going down, so.
Yeah.
Down,
Well,
down.
no wonder.
Excuse me, I really regret now.
Down.
I should have just let it go.
Oh man.
That's too much detail.
Yeah, I was shocked when my dad told me
You
that.
think he was doing the paintbrush? You know, the paintbrush.
So she
Probably.
She wanted to finish.
And he was a mustachioed man, so
yeah.
That's got to add some sensitivity.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He brought it home.
Rewind the tape. Now we're going to start over. Hey, look at this. This portion of the Bob and Tom Show proudly brought to you by the Silac Insurance Company.
Up, down, up, down. That's the stock market.
The stock market. That's called market volatility. Annuities, what are they all about? Well, it's about not having to worry about that because it's going to be a guaranteed income when you retire. Get the details from the folks at the Silac Insurance Company, the experts in the world of annuities. So what do you want to do? Well, you want to call them up for some information. One way to do it is you just hit pound 250 and say the keywords lifetime income. That's pound 250. Just say lifetime income just to get information about annuities. Some restrictions apply. See if you qualify. Or just head, by the way, to silacins.com. That's silacins.com. Or go to bobandtom.com. We'll walk you through it. Find out about having that steady income when it's time for you to retire. And you'll be feeling great knowing that that's going to be happening when that time arrives. From the Silac Insurance Company. Coming up, with any luck, we'll get some sporting news out of Chick McGee and other delights. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
You look up to your parents, your grandparents, and you go there, and you're having a good time because they're having a good time, and they explain it to you, and you just get caught up in the excitement. My grandfather, my mom's dad, again, they were from Speedway. They lived in Speedway, old Speedway. And after he retired from Powerfax Gas, he would work as a safety patrolman there then. And so me growing up there by the track, it being a part of my life, my whole life, that really got me connected in and just hanging out with Grandpa and him getting me seats and stuff like that all the time. But it's just, it's like any time. It's like listening to the radio network. Kids are probably doing that now because their grandparents, mom and dad always did it when they were cooking out. And you take them to the track and you get them there and they're just amazed by, oh my gosh. I mean, I'll never forget. My dad, again, I grew up at 30th and Georgetown right there by the track. And in March of 1963, I was 8 years old. And I knew I had driven by the track, but I'd never been in it. And one day, Dad come home from work, and he said, they're tire testing. You want to go see it? And I go, yeah. So he puts me in the car. We go down Georgetown Road. We pull into that's when the museum was there at the first turn. It didn't get moved into the infield till 1977. And we park right there, and we walk in the main gate. It was free. And I'll never forget walking up the steps in the Grandstand D and walking in and looking and see. I can still see in my mind what I saw in March of 1963, my first look at the infield. Holy moly. Look, this is huge. And all of a sudden, there went Eddie Sachs in a red and white front engine Roadster. And like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And I think kids, and they're right there with your dad or their grandparents or whomever, and they experience that, and they get caught up in it, And I mean, some kids, maybe that doesn't happen until they're a teenager and they're down drinking when they aren't supposed to be in the infield somewhere or something like that. But it just grows on you, And then living in Eagledale, spring fever is bad enough on a kid. You're third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade. I went to school 79 right up on 34th Street. Of course, there's no air conditioning. Windows are open. Well, May 1st starts, and all you hear is race cars. And I could tell the difference between an Offie and a Ford. I'm going, oh, man, that's probably Foyt going through Ford. Oh, that's an Offie. Okay, that's probably Bobby Hunter. And, I'm trying to learn my Gozintas as Jethro. I'm trying to learn 4 times 5. Who cares? Listen, oh, man, that was a Ford. That was probably Mario. Man, it's just killing me, sitting in there, So that place, again, my first 500 was in 67, and I've been to every one since. But I think just going there with your parents and sharing that experience with them and that bond, and just the spectacle that is what goes on there race day, gets you hooked.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
And everything that makes it so great is all the traditions and all the things that go on. 1963, Tony Holman's out at Indianapolis Raceway Park, another track on the west side of Indianapolis. He sees this Scottish band, a bagpipe band with drums, walking around the grounds. He said, people are loving this. And he's thinking, you know, I got all these guys from Europe and Great Britain and Scotland. How do I make them feel at home? So he invited this doctor who was heading up this bagpipes band. Why don't you come to the track? And so in 1963, 60 years ago, the Gordon Pipers performed at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the very first time, and they have every year since. And 4 Gordon Pipers always welcome the winner back into victory lane. And it's a tradition because that's congratulating the winners on keeping all 4 wheels on it for 500 miles.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. What the best thing I like about Tom is that he tells us all to shut up and then forget he tells us all to shut up. That's what I like.
Makes us afraid to speak.
Yeah.
And then when we don't speak, he gets upset with us.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
There's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Impossible.
Hey.
Impossible man.
There's Pat Godwin. He is impossible.
Hey.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hi, Chick.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby's here. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Hello, Tom.
I wasn't listening. Hello, how are you? Everything okay? Okay, good.
We were just talking about how
Could you say
oftentimes-
that a little more dismissively?
I was just wondering. I was thinking about Pat being in jail.
Oh,
once again,
Were you?
mouthing off to the police. But there were
Dreaming of it?
3 guys in the cell with you, and there was a toilet.
Once, the silver toilet. Like
Did you sit down or lie down?
Silver.
I stood.
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
Like silver, though. That makes it sound so
It was a gold toilet.
bougie.
That could be the gayest thing you've ever said.
It was silver.
It was a silver toilet.
And it was a little dirty.
Beautiful. Man.
No, I stood by the little plexiglass window and just stared, trying to get someone's attention because I didn't know what to do. You have to call a...
What? You're like a dog in a pet store?
Yeah, I stood.
I can't remember. Did I bail you out on that one? I can't even remember.
No, the guy from the comedy club did, Joel. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't imagine being drunk or straight, asking permission to go to the...
Yeah, I know. Really? To go to the
Just
bathroom?
go.
Oh, no. Now these 2 guys are very mean.
Do you still get a Christmas card from them?
Keep in touch.
Well, are we going to break down next to get to some sporting news?
We can.
Okay, what do you got?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They call him SGA, Tom.
What's his name again?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
And I think his
that's
brother was
my
playing
name,
last night.
too.
Anyway, Shea scored 20 of his 31 in the second half, and the Thunder brought the storm. Okay.
All right.
They beat the Timberwolves 114-88 in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Let's see. Anthony Edwards had been averaging almost 27 points a game, held to 18. He turned his ankle. Boy, that hurts when you turn your ankle.
It sure does.
Into what?
Flopped over it. Let's get
into a web foot.
It's a swollen purple knob.
You ever have a swollen? NFL owners have unanimously approved player participation in flag football for the 2028 Olympics. A big mistake.
Says this reporter.
This reporter's opinion.
And I have a question.
Nope, I don't have an answer. The vote authorized the league to negotiate safety provisions, scheduling logistics with the NFL Players Association. And also, next, the 28 in Los Angeles, 10-player Olympic rosters will be selected. It's 5-on-5 for your flag football, in case you're wondering. 6 teams each in separate tournaments for men and women. Only 1 player per NFL club would be allowed for each country. 5-on-5 and a 50-yard field, so that would be half the size of your regular.
And I'm in all honesty, do you think you'll see Tom Brady come out of retirement?
No, God, no. Why?
Because he wants a gold medal?
For an Olympic gold medal?
No.
He's got everything else.
No.
Why wouldn't he?
No.
He'd be great at it.
I think I would.
I mean,
Tom Brady would do it?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers has got the ego to
So what I couldn't understand, I read this article several times that I couldn't quite figure out. So the entire roster of the team is 10 players. Is that correct?
Yeah, five players on offense, 5 players on defense.
Okay. Yeah, don't you think?
No.
You don't think any of the NFL greats will try out?
I'm going to say no again, and I'm not going to agree with you.
Well, why don't we bet $1,000?
Hang on a second. You know what, Tom? You've convinced me. Yes, I think Tom Brady will be first in line. He wants a
really
gold
bad
medal.
Idea.
Why is it a bad idea?
Flag football in the Olympics.
Well, you might as well just give the USA the medal right now.
Yeah. What other teams play around the world?
There might be
there could be a Samoan team
in Cuba.
Are they part of America?
Jamaica will put a team together.
Yeah, of course.
There'll be a movie about it.
Yeah.
Slow runnings.
It's the most growing Little League sport right now.
Yeah, that's because parents don't want their kids playing contact.
Right.
Do they test for what's that stuff that Hiawatha? What's that stuff called that Rogers takes?
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. What is
Ayahuasca.
it? Ayahuasca. Ayahuasca again. They test for steroids, but do they test for that crap?
Here's the quarterbacks they have to choose from who would also like a gold medal. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield.
There you go. I mean, yeah.
Or Tom Brady. And then the running backs.
No, wait. I'm sorry. I did.
Quan Barkley.
Quan Barkley. I didn't make myself clear, and I apologize. No, I didn't. If you're not an active NFL player,
are you eligible?
Could you have, in other words, could you have Tom Brady on the team as a non-active NFL player, and then have an NFL player as you're allowed one NFL player on the team, right? I mean,
no, each NFL team can only send one player to the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
You've got it backwards.
Oh, I thought each Olympic team was only allowed one NFL player. Oh, okay.
No, they're made up of
that's not
5
fair.
players.
A bunch of NFL.
Jimmy, Joe, Paul, and Tom Brady.
I think anybody should be eligible.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Try out.
College
that
players.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, there are probably guys that are
You want to win a gold medal, but you want to have.
There are probably some arena football players that deserve the shot at the Olympics.
And there are probably some arena football players who would be better at.
Yeah.
I can't say this fast enough.
Who, me or him?
Him. Arena football player.
Okay.
I do love.
Do you think? No. How do you think? What are the parameters going to be for picking a player for the Olympic team of flag football? Wouldn't they want the best players? Ergo, the NFL, not the UFL.
But it's a different game. It's a different game. There may be better players who aren't in the NFL.
I disagree strongly.
And the way I read it wrong. I thought
want some Disney movie to come out, and
I want.
There's going to be an accidental tackling.
Gus, the gold-winning medal donkey. He could kick
That'd be good
for us. How about
That'd be good.
Or a golden retriever.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, is this going to be part of the winter or summer?
Yes.
Golden medal.
This is the summer games in LA and
I don't think the
28.
And the NFL is primarily a fall-winter game here in the U.S. I don't think it should be in the summer.
I don't think they should either.
Nugget of wisdom.
Well, that's
I don't think it should be an Olympic sport, but that's me. Nobody asked me about the sudden death rules.
I think it's odd that the Olympic Committee is insisting they call it Smear the Queer. I thought that was a bold.
Yeah,
it seemed like a miss.
No, you didn't. You didn't know that was. They've changed it back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, what? Since it's in the USA, will the flags all be American flags?
The flags are tearing off the waist.
That's flag football.
They're little plastic Velcro flags.
Don't you think somebody's going to accidentally just get tackled so hard?
Oh, yeah.
The person's going to go into NFL mode.
They're going to forget.
You know, I'd like to continue asking stupid questions.
They call it NFL mode when they get a head injury now?
I have more stupid questions. Can they wear pads and do they wear helmets?
They might wear helmets. I don't know, but flag football as it exists now, they don't wear helmets.
Some of them do.
Oh, the kids.
Do.
They're smaller kids. I would imagine. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we don't know the answers to any of these questions.
Well,
Just
the NFL, they don't wear knee pads or anything, shoulder pads.
I do love, though, that this all began with Tom saying, I have a question, and Chick immediately saying, nope.
No.
I have a question. Nope.
Nope. I know what your question's going to be.
I just wonder if they're testing for Hiawatha, whatever.
Ayahuasca.
I already asked you.
However, he set us up for that Jackie Mason-esque humor.
However,
he already did.
Hiawatha is a great name for a drug. I like that.
The old Hiawatha.
Oh, man, you got any Hiawatha?
Yeah, it does sound like a street thing.
You got any Big H? You got any Big Chief? There we go.
Big Chief, that's good.
Big Chief. I need some Chief, man.
We're out of Chief. I got the Hiawatha.
I don't know why not. Right?
Chief, make your dick fall off.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hey, Josh, you can have some of this, but it's going to make your dick fall off.
You know, I think I'll pass. I'm just going to get a six-pack.
Really? Well, every now and then it just cramp you up.
Okay.
It won't fall off.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to do some more homework on the flag football.
Yeah, that's right. We find out these questions.
Hello, let's do that again. Rewind it. Hello, if you're just joining us. This is the Bob and Tom Show coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and we have Chick McGee at the sports desk. What else is happening?
Florida Panthers showed their championship form last night. They beat the Carolina Hurricanes 5-2 in Raleigh. Did they call that the Cigarette City, you think? Raleigh, North Carolina?
I think they've gotten away from that.
The tobacco?
Yeah.
Well, tobacco built that city.
It was a cash crop. Yeah, of course.
Sir Walter Raleigh, of course.
Right. Was he
smoked?
Was he British?
Pole.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
French?
Wasn't he? He's a Brit, right?
And
Yes.
now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Oh, this is a whole meal. Right
Yeah.
here.
Oh.
Oscar Mayer's fleet of Wienermobiles are going to race head-to-head in the first Weenie 500 race.
Yeah.
Wow.
An idea who's way overdue.
Keep going. There's a problem.
6 hot dog-shaped vehicles will make their racing debut at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway ahead of this year's 500. According to authorities at Oscar Mayer, the winner will receive a trophy at the Wiener's Circle.
Wiener's Circle.
Along with a condiment spray and celebratory hot dog.
If you've already bet on it, I just want you to know that they've had to reconfigure the grid because the Penske hot dog was caught gluing the condiments on. So they're gonna have to start in the back.
That's right.
Do we know who's driving the Wienermobiles? Is it former race drivers? Is it?
Oh, yeah.
That would be fun.
I think Tom Brady's going to.
Really?
Isn't Tom Brady going to be?
He's at the 500. He's going to be the
pace car, unofficial pace.
I think he's in the
because Michael Strahan.
He's doing the
something, right?
He's in the back seat of the 2-seater, I think. Right.
I drove by and I saw the 6 Wienermobiles, and wouldn't you know it, right next to them, 8 Bunmobiles.
Oh.
Will they ever get that straight?
Nope, apparently not.
Man, oh man.
Can we agree that
in the Museum of Jokes? I've always loved that joke. It will never be hacked to me.
next to planes and cars or
dogs and cats, L.A. and New York, yeah.
Very hack. Yes.
The Wienermobiles are going to be driven by Oscar Mayer's hot doggers.
That's what I want because these kids deserve this.
Are the official spokespeople of the Wienermobile fleet?
Yes.
You should
and you have to go through school to be able to drive the Wienermobile.
Tom did this.
I have driven the. I raced Al Unser Jr.
That's right.
And you cheated.
Fun.
You should.
I didn't cheat. I just thought that the oval was out of shape, so I took a cut one of the corners. He still beat me, of course.
How fast were you going?
Oh,
80, 90 miles an hour.
Think about the Wienermobile.
Wiener goes?
Stability.
How fast your wiener go?
My wiener go pretty fast.
back in the day.
No, right now.
I've heard it's.
haven't lost.
I've heard it's.
Always
I
Yeah.
haven't lost anything off my fastball.
Yeah. For Pat, it's more of a drag race, really, like a quarter mile.
Trying to drag it out.
No.
Quick. I think he meant quick.
They should have you as a racing driver expert.
Yeah.
To broadcast. It'll be Friday, May 23rd, 2 p.m. on the Fox Sports app.
Yeah, it's going to be on Carb Day.
And IndyCar on Fox and the social media accounts. You could be right there. Well, of course, I have experience with
back in the day.
That's right.
Before they had the walls that were soft, we took the big risk. Okay. I'll be driving the Buick.
But wouldn't
who's in the offie?
Wouldn't you want to hear or see the wieners crash and see what happens?
No, I don't want him to crash.
Hot dog parts everywhere.
Well, that's a shame that they put gasoline in the Eddie Sachs wiener.
The most delicious tragedy we've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
And wieners goes flying out on the track.
In collaboration with DraftKings, fans can predict the outcome of the race by answering a series of race-related questions at DraftKings.com/Weenie500.
How fun.
Those who pick up the most points will share a total cash prize of $10,000.
I hope they have to drink. I hope they're not drinking milk. Milk and wieners don't go together.
No. You got a nice.
What do you mean?
A cola.
Well, when you win the Indy 500, you got the milk.
Well, they said condiments. They said they would be.
Okay, yeah.
They're going to mustard or, you haven't ever had chocolate milk in a hot dog? Come on.
What?
No.
What a lovely summer treat.
Or you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you dunk it in there.
Oh, no.
You know what I like in the summer is a hot dog and a nice hot Sprite. As hot as coffee.
Actually, I can't let this go. This story, which was prepared for me by Tom.
Correct, yes.
It says, this is word for word, in collaboration with DraftKings, fans can predict the outcome of the outcome of the race. There's 3 outcomes there.
See, a professional would have proofread it and realized that in my haste,
I did, and I went ahead and
you could have scratched that out.
Now, by answering, it says you have to answer race questions.
Right.
Do they mean like Indy 500, or do they mean like ethnicities?
Yeah, they want to know about Lester Maddox appearing on the Dick Cavett show.
The first question is, what race are you?
Oh.
You have to answer it.
They have 4 boxes. You have to check one.
Happy now?
He started it. Look at me.
Now, we'll certainly look forward to seeing the Wienermobile.
500, man.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
That's a great idea.
Great idea. That's been.
Is it just one lap, or do we know how far it's going to go?
500.
500 miles.
Oh, God.
Take all day.
It won't be done till the start on Sunday.
Okay.
But yeah, it's well worth it.
Well, they pulled into the pits, got to put on a pair of Firestones. Took that. Well,
Probably just one lap, I would think.
I would imagine, yeah. 'Cause at that speed, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, you're going kind of light on Tom. You would rake me over the coals for not knowing how long this is and who's driving the wieners. And
I've learned.
Oh, they each have names. Do you see it?
It's
We got the Chicago dog, the slaw dog, the New York dog.
They're all different. They represent different segments of the country.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, look, the San Francisco dog's going into a tight tunnel.
Now it's backing up.
Oh,
that must be chili on the tip of the San Francisco dog.
It's chilly.
Well.
Tom laugh.
Every once in a while, just when you think you can't reach a new low, somehow we do it. Christy's right. There's the chili dog.
Christy is right.
The New York dog. The slaw dog. Okay, you're going to tell me here. The Sonoran dog.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Sonoran.
Isn't that a pepper or Sonoran pepper?
Oh, I don't know.
Is there a Coney dog?
I had a snoring dog, but then I gave it an apnea mask.
What? Yes. I don't know. A snoring dog.
We got it.
Then you did what? You gave a nap to him? What?
I gave it an apnea mask.
That seemed like a really long.
Oh, a sleep
Sonoran
apnea mask.
You
Okay.
guys have to get better. Because when I'm working at that high of a level,
you see
what it is?
No, here's the mistake you made. It is sleep apnea. So when you just say apnea, that's what you
so if I just say apnea, nobody knows what the hell
They don't.
I did.
We
I mean,
knew.
we got it.
I heard you.
No, I thought you were saying you gave the dog a nap to take.
Well, I know you can't hear. And Jess.
No. Unfortunately, I did hear that. But it's a combination of your misspeaking and a joke that really just has, once again, in both concept and delivery, not there. Do better.
Can I
No, it is
interject
there.
and tell you what a Sonoran dog is?
Please.
Oh, yes.
By all means, let's stop the comedy.
A unique street food that originated in southern Arizona and northwestern Mexico. It's a bacon-wrapped hot dog served on a bolillo-style bun.
So it's something no one's ever heard of.
Pinto beans, onions, tomatoes, and various condiments. But it represents that part of the United States.
And that may have been long, but it was boring.
Did you
Now
say?
you know.
Did you say burrito?
Yeah.
And then there's a
Try to Trebek it up.
and there's a Seattle dog which is served with a wet bun.
It's often raining.
Yes.
You see the rain. It's a climate joke. You see.
That was worse than his.
It was worse.
No. It was the delivery at 10, concept at 2.
I'm still king
Laugh result of 0. Admittedly.
Dog would have been nothing if I hadn't said San Francisco dog first.
For God's sake.
I just want the credit that I
set
deserve.
him up totally.
What is apnea?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Apnea.
Sleeping from it.
Apnea is
Possibly get the context.
apnea is the frat nickname of the guy who fell asleep. They pantsed him and took a bunch of compromising photographs they sent to his parents.
Can we all just agree? We all need to do better.
Yes, we do.
Oh God, yeah. We've been talking about this for decades.
Yeah.
So now that we're back in agreement, let's regroup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So can you bet on this? Is what I want to know.
Yes.
DraftKings, you dumbass. He's
Sorry. God, you
What are you? What are you, stupid?
Even when you hear, you don't listen.
You dumbass.
Can you bet on this?
So if I go to DraftKings,
You son of a bitch, you wrote it down.
When did I stop being vice president?
Have to take a look.
Raycon's everyday earbuds.
Thank you, Chick.
They're a perfect gift for Father's Day. 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity, Raycon's quick charge function, 10 minutes of charging, 90 minutes of battery, and they have active noise cancellation. And Raycon's has a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy. I've never heard it used before. And right now, you can get up to 15% off site-wide if you go to buyraycon.com/Tom. That's 15% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
so if one of these hits the wall in turn 2,
Yes.
it's going to smell like a weenie roast. Now, are they using? Are they running on gasoline, Christy, or what kind of fuel are they using in these babies?
I'm sure they use gasoline.
I'm laughing at apnea.
But they're going to burst into flames, which is
I
always
thought they stopped using gasoline when Eddie Sachs went up in smoke. I thought.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We will come back and do better. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Josh doesn't get the reference. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
By the way, parents, if you have kids and you have the minivan, make sure there's at least 2 TV screens in the back of that minivan, because God forbid your child might be forced to use their imagination for 20 minutes on the way to elementary school in order to keep them busy. I say much better. Every single moment be spoon-fed by the video god that runs their life. Gee, I wonder where ADD comes from. I can't possibly imagine. I mean, we kept the boy entertained 24 hours a day his entire childhood in front of a television with a remote control and a game console. All of a sudden, he can't pay attention. Oh, great Zeus! Why have you done this to our child? Please send down some of your pharmaceuticals as which to cure the lad. Otherwise, we might be forced to spend time with him, and frankly, he's kind of an idiot. And while you're at it, send me something for my fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome and myriad of other ailments the medical community has convinced me that I have, because as an American, if I don't feel good 24 hours a day, well, there must be a pill I can pop into my face and change my brain chemistry to constantly feel better. Or maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, oh great one, maybe you're not supposed to feel good all the time. Maybe it's supposed to be a struggle to get out of bed every once in a while, and in doing that, it's how you become a better person. When you hurdle that part of your life, then you just create this incredible sense of entitlement, which is what I complain about the rest of the world having. Maybe this ADD thing is kind of overblown. Maybe it's supposed to be harder to read something than it is to watch it on TV, and we have these big, fat, drug-addicted kids that are basically embracing all the worst parts of Elvis Presley. We're not doing them any favors. Maybe, oh great one, the rest of the world isn't the problem. Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
By the way, that bit is entitled Parenting Advice from a Guy That's Never Had Kids.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
Well, the church burned down and no one knew what Pentecost Baptist was going to do. The brimstone got so dadgum hot it'd burn up a church bus in the parking lot. In a panic, the Reverend Dr. White called up an ex-member that hadn't lived right. He owned Joe's beer joint right across the fence. It's the same Joe's he'd preached against. He said, I don't really want to be a hypocrite. I got a Sunday school class about to have fits. We're all excited about Revival Week and been moved by the Spirit, so to speak. With all the souls we saved and money we spent, we thought God told us to sell that tent. I got a famous evangelist supposed to come. I've run out of chairs. Will you loan us some? Joe said, well, y'all can just use the whole dang place. Ain't nine on a jukebox, Amazing Grace. I ain't supposed to be open because of them blue laws, but we'll open tonight if it's all right with you. Preacher says, well, I reckon it'd be okay. The good Lord works in mysterious ways. Is going to talk about Joshua, Judges, and Ruth, and I reckon I could do it from the DJ booth. At the First Baptist Bar and Grill, it's the only church in the Bible Belt that smells like a whiskey still. When the sinners finish one more round, we'll have dinner on the ground and go inside and pray we don't get killed. The evangelist came with a well-dressed choir. They showed up around happy hour, looked around the joint, and didn't take it real well, said the white ministry has gone to hell. Ms. Mills that taught youth Sunday school and two deacons in the back room shooting pool were sharing the Lord with the Jim Beam rep who was teaching Ms. Mills some line dance steps. Reverend White was reading from the book of Luke to a tall drunk trucker about to puke, had John 3:16 memorized, trying to dry him out to get him baptized. The evangelist yelled about the lights and the beer, said, White, you can't save any souls in here. This place ain't nothing but a den of sin. Ain't the kind of place Baptists ought to be in. Preacher says, well, we don't really need y'all here. You didn't do a very good job last year. You only saved one sinner. That's Todd McGuire. He's a little sumbitch, set my church on fire. Joe's beer joint has done been revived. Only been here an hour and it done saved 5. Sure, it's got mirrors and a big dance floor, but I finally found the flock God called me for. They're at the First Baptist Bar and Grill. It's the only church in the Bible Belt that smells like a whiskey still. I'm trying to think, make sure I don't cuss in here, because usually in the show I do.
Yeah.
I know the lyrics to that. And here's always chill.
Oh, yeah.
And we're here every Sunday. We're living large. We're the only church with a covered charge. And if you don't like our doctrine and think we ain't devout, we'll have our bouncer throw your ass out of the First Baptist Bar and Grill.
Oh, yeah.
Bofa on the front.
What?
Bofa on the front.
What are we talking about?
D's nuts on the back. New T-shirts. What do you think?
What are they going to say again?
Bofa
On the front.
and then on the back, D's nuts. And another T-shirt.
Uh-oh. You're having chest pains.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm fine. I do very well. But I don't know what on the back yet. What do you think? Are you recording this?
Okay, let's go see Bob and Tom.
Yeah! You can't say it on the air. Trust me. Not the way you want to do it. I've been over this 100 times. If you say that, we're going to get a fine.
We're not going to get a fine. The average idiot's going to perceive it as the noun.
No. We can't do that. You can't say that on the air.
It has no meaning as a verb, whereas my term can be taken two ways. That's why the joke has a joke.
No, you can't do that.
Kids, let me just ask you this. Am I right? The only way to make this joke funny, you've got to use the word cornhole.
Bonus to take the dog. We're going to do a special event there for lunch one day, real soon. I'm certainly looking forward to that. Special edition of this show coming up, Carb Day, that's this Friday, and Race Day, a special edition Sunday morning.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
I don't get enough credit for how perfect I am at that.
You're right.
Yeah, always.
You're right.
A lot of enthusiasm.
You're right.
Each and every time, a second too long. There's Christy Lee.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, it may be wrong, but it's consistent.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby's here. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm Chick. Hello, Tom.
This is bad. I've been hearing about Hooker's got this weird, we've been talking about anxiety dreams. I showed up in hers.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. You work here.
I work here, but mine is not just, it's like specific to important people in my life. So like my in-laws or friend groups. Sometimes people that I'm really concerned about their opinion of me. Christy's been in one. Christy is in the one with Tom.
How does that one go?
So I'm always in a chair and I'm restrained, right? So I'm sitting here. And like
you tied up?
Yeah, I'm tied up.
Okay.
And so and I can't move. I can't get up. I don't have a choice.
Oh.
And Christy and Tom are in the forefront. And they're telling me everything they hate about me.
Wow. So this is a long dream.
It's well, that
that's
helps.
not nice.
That you nailed it. That helps so much. I'm physically sick because then my friends like Pat and Josh and Chick and Jason are standing behind you, and you guys won't do anything. You won't stop them. You won't help.
We're not helping.
No.
Well, it is important you hear some of this.
I'll wake up. I wake up. I'm physically sick because
Wow.
it's like, yeah. But I've had it with my mother-in-law. Same thing where it's like, telling me everything she hates about me.
Wow.
So that's a really long.
Your parents?
My parents. It's all the people that I just assume naturally hate me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means.
I don't know, but I haven't.
Because those people don't hate you.
Well, some of them do.
Okay, sorry. We certainly don't.
Nobody hates you.
No, but then I have the opposite, and I think Josh and I have talked about this, where someone I highly respect, I fall in love with, and they fall in love with me, and it's those feelings of being in love for the first time. And that's one of the best dreams you can ever have.
Thank you for the compliment.
Well, we've been talking about this so much. I started reading about it yesterday, and it's many of them are about work.
Yeah. Work related.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
And there are a couple of classic ones that almost everyone has. The school one.
I used to have
taking
the
the
college
test.
one, where I have to take a final for a class.
And some people have the same dream. I mean, every week over
This one
and
is
over.
interesting.
What
From
is it?
Jordan. He's from Madison, Wisconsin. I'm in the Air Force and have to take physical training test every year. I have a recurring anxiety dream that I'm doing the running portion of the test on grass and my feet can't get any traction. It's like I'm a cartoon character running on ice, my legs moving, but I'm staying in the same spot. I always end up squatting down to grab blades of grass to try to propel myself forward like Spider-Man, but it never works.
Right.
It's like I'm watching my Air Force career run away from me while I'm stuck in place. Oh, Jordan, sorry, buddy.
Wow. This is an interesting one. This is from a physical therapist. My recurring dream, I'm across the room from my patient. They are starting to fall. I'm trying to run, but I'm moving in super slow motion.
Oh, very similar to this.
Can't get to them. Yeah. Wow, it's so interesting that so many of them involve, I guess, something you do for a living all the time.
You ever get... Jeff Oskins just joined
real
us.
quick, I have an anxiety dream where I have to listen to a bunch of other people's anxiety dreams
Right.
for a week and a half, and I just want to blow my brains out. Someone else did that?
And now he's leaving.
In agreement with him, there's nothing worse than someone telling you about their dream. Like it's
rough.
It's
Yeah,
awful.
yeah.
And they care so much.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it hit them in a way that just could never trust.
But I mean, there are good dreams, and then there are the anxiety dreams. You said you had your good dream. Now, Pat, do you have pleasant dreams ever?
Not recently. Mine are all like career-related, selfish, stupid dreams about not being prepared. Guitar strings are out of tune, something breaks. A flight's late.
That's a lot of band guys. I've gotten a lot of letters from them. They can't get to their equipment. Their guitar won't plug into the amp. The amp's not there.
Yeah, I want to dream about my girlfriend or my son or something pleasant. It's all about me.
Wonder why?
Because I'm selfish.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the sports page. We have a Chick McGee at the sports desk. We've been trying to get sports out all morning.
Nope. All we have is this letter, actually, the end of it. Dear Josh.
Hello.
You mentioned Ice Cube. This is from Nick. I watched Anaconda last night.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh, your impression of Ice Cube saying, they snakes out there dis big is spot on.
Oh.
Nobody ever confirmed it to my knowledge, so I wanted to give praise where praise is due.
Oh, well, thank you.
Have a good day. You're my hero on the radio. That's from Nick.
Aw.
The snakes out there is big?
That's exactly right.
And that's the movie Anaconda. Now, is that Anaconda 1 or 2?
It is Anaconda 1, yes.
There was a
2.
Anaconda's Hunt for the Blood Orchid, which I saw in theaters. And then, there were subsequent Anaconda sequels that were on Sci-Fi. Yes.
Oh, like made for
But
TV
only 2.
And they're making a fun one now.
They are now with Paul Rudd and another person.
Like Sharknado or something.
That'd be weird if Paul Rudd was in there by himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you take a date to see Anaconda 2?
No, I saw it with friends. Oh, Anaconda 2 I saw by myself.
Oh, I figured.
Yeah.
Is Anna Kendrick's in it?
Anna Kendrick is not in Anaconda.
That's weird.
Have you ever taken a date to a movie, Tom? I don't see.
Sure.
Really?
Really?
Recently?
Kelly and I go to movies. Kelly and I go to movies all the time.
That's not a date. When
Do you have
you're
like a
that's your
buffer seat?
significant other.
She sits a bus seat away.
No, she's right there.
But you guys see the same movie. You can understand my confusion.
That's fair. Okay, very good. Well, let's take a little break. We've concluded our sports broadcast. It's very informative.
We're gonna have a short newscast.
I have a lot of questions about the NFL allowing players to play in the flag football. That was
years away.
Fascinating.
Right. He's going to keep throwing stuff out there until he can come in the morning and go, I told you.
Coming up, cannabis, chlamydia.
They're wearing horns during the game.
Hulk Hogan, e-cigarettes, and more. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Break up with your brewer. Switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
The night before the 500 in the 60s and 70s really made Sodom and Gomorrah look like a retirement community. I mean, Georgetown Road, the Coke Lot, oh my gosh. The snake pit, the stories of the old snake pit. I remember seeing packs of Indiana State troopers in packs of 15 to 20, walking, trying to regain some sort of semblance of humanity in that first turn snake pit. I mean, throwing girls up on blankets and drinking and motorcycles and setting cars on fire and setting sofas on fire, and it was just unbelievable. How more people didn't get killed in there every year, I have no idea. But that was a lot of people's introduction to the Indianapolis 500, was as you're a young kid going in there and you party, and who won what, there's a race, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, look at that. And then, oh, next year, and then, wow, look, hey, who, what, heard of bees? Well, I better get out. So then all of a sudden you buy it. So that was your introduction. Now you're buying tickets, and then your girlfriend, now your wife, all of a sudden your kids, you're introducing them. You know, it just grew. That's how a lot of people were introduced to it. Indianapolis, believe it or not, at one point was the biggest manufacturer house, the most car manufacturers anywhere. This was before Detroit took over. And Detroit ended up taking over because they were right on the Lake Michigan, and it was easier to get ore and steel and everything, the raw materials. For some reason, this was where cars manufacturers were, where they wanted a test facility. Carl Fisher, who owned Prestolite, and Prestolite was a big factory, and they made a bunch of different stuff, but one of them, they made headlights for automobiles, was his big deal. He ended up going on to develop Miami. He turned Miami into a vacation place, but he was one of the 4 founders. And they go, we need a place. Well, Speedway at that time, that was out in the country. And so they bought this property. How big are we going to make the track? And they're kicking it around. And they made the track 2.5 miles because that's what fit in the property they had bought. That's how that became, the property they had, it became 2.5 miles. And it was a test track. And they just started promoting it as the biggest and the best and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But that's where the Indianapolis 500 is where a lot of innovation took place for years, like brakes and shocks and tires and safety. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the IndyCar Series have pioneered safety in automobiles. So how did it become the biggest and the best? I mean, just the daringness of the drivers, the innovation that took place, and again, the purses were always the biggest, and it was just where everybody from all over the world wanted to come.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one is it, more or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Hey, looking for the link to sync with Bob and Tom VIP? Yeah? It's right there at bobandtom.com.
The Indianapolis Motor Speedway has grown. I mean, it was built in 1909. The very first event there was a balloon race where they were charging 25 cents to get in. Then they had some motorcycle race and different car races. Well, they eventually, the surface of the track was crushed stone and tar. And it would develop horrible chuck holes as events went on. And so finally, they decided, okay, let's do this right. So they got 3,200,000 bricks, and they paved the entire track. And that's where the name the Brickyard comes from.
concrete patio. Hurry. Offer ends May 31st. Go to indiedecorativeconcrete.com or call 317-784-1464.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin, hello.
Hey, chick.
There's Jessica Alsman.
Hi.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby's here. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people
An important letter.
at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hello, Tom, with an important letter.
I need to thank Chick McGee.
Yes.
Writes
go on.
Colin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that.
This is a pretty common. This is a common sentiment.
Yeah?
Continue, Tom.
Colin from the Commonwealth of Kentucky, kind enough to write, I need to thank Chick McGee. This past weekend, I had just gotten out of the shower.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it, Colin.
Walked into the bedroom,
Yeah, you did.
peeled off my towel, and said to my wife,
That's right.
quote, hey, you want some of this before I put it away?
Yeah!
Yes.
I do like that.
It's sweeping the country,
Did
baby.
it work?
The letter continues. In a sultry voice, she said, how do you want me?
Oh,
it worked.
you know what? I could do okay for the rest of my life without Tom saying that ever again.
How do you want me?
Oh.
The letter continues. We had a great rest of the day. Next time, I'm going to try Ace Cosby's famous line, it's time. I'll let you know how she responds to that. Maybe we could make this a weekly thing. Will the rest of you please let me know your lines?
Okay.
This is a challenge. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Colin. Now, do we have is this a phone call or is this on the TV? Okay. There we go. It's the famous Miss Pat. I was wondering if we'd get hooked up. Hey, Miss Pat, just saw you on the TV the other day.
Oh, what was you watching?
I was watching Ms. Pat doing her judge thing, and I noticed one of our former employees on the jury.
Spangle.
Is known as the white guy.
White boy Chris?
The white boy with the red beard, yeah. Hey,
Flat butt.
now, Ms. Pat, besides being a TV lady, you're doing some stand-up comedy, I hear. Columbus, Ohio, USA. Is that Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday, Tom. I've almost made it back to you.
I see. Now, I notice you're wearing a cap. Now, is the hair emerging from that hat a wig, or is that your real hair?
No, Tom, this is always a wig. I just wetted it. I just wet it for you so it'll look a little curly and natural.
No. How long is your real hair?
Longer than yours.
Well, that's...
You go, girl.
That's the right answer.
I don't know when you're just gonna go bald head and be sexy and white.
No. I know that to me, I would be a chemo and dying would be the look for me.
That's a good way to bring more comedy into it.
We've been doing that all morning. Miss Pat,
Tom is so funny, huh?
Miss Pat, are you taping any of your shows or anything right now between comedy gigs? Excuse me.
In 2 weeks, I start taping the third season of Miss Pat Settles It, which comes on tonight on BET.
Yeah, Miss Pat Settles It is the title.
Third season.
Third season.
Going into the third season of it.
You are a busy woman.
I'm trying to stay busy. I need all the funds I can get.
Now, what do you got going? Where are you calling from? Are you home?
I'm home. I'm in my office. I finally moved into my house. I'm in my office. I leave tomorrow for Columbus.
Well, your home is beautiful. I follow, obviously, on Instagram, and I just love seeing the posts. And you've done a nice job. Very nice job.
Mm-hmm. I have to give a shout out to TikTok and an architect because that's how I built this house. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I went from 3,000 square feet to 15,000 square feet, and it's all because of TikTok.
Oh, that's quite a thing.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Now, do you still have the dogs?
You know what, Tom? I do, but one of them passed yesterday.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I meant to tell you.
Yes.
Oh, thanks for the heads up, Christy.
One of her King Corsos.
You know what's crazy?
Oh.
I didn't know my husband loved that. My husband been crying for 2 days, and I'm like, you ain't never cried for me. I've gave birth to you and everything, and you up here boo-hooing over this dog that was only around for 2 years.
Oh.
No, it's always sad.
Nice that you're supporting your husband in this.
There's nothing like a nice, understanding spouse to come home to. That's nice.
well.
Tough time.
Now, does your
I was trying to be understanding, but it done turned into a little jealousy. Because this morning he jumped up. He said, "I gotta go get cold ashes,s," and I'm like, "Well, what about me?" So I guess
I would have hated
I
to
need to
heard if
die.
you hadn't been trying to be understanding.
Miss Pat is our guest, and Miss Pat will be in Columbus, Ohio. Are you starting Thursday night or Friday night? I didn't hear.
I'm starting Friday night. I'm just coming in a day early.
Okay. No, what now? Since you've been so successful in the last few years, what other things? You built the house, and I know your husband has always kind of stayed out of your professional life. He does his thing. He was a very hardworking man, worked for many years in a factory.
Alsman?
Yeah, and a good man. I have met him. Does he still ignore your professional life completely?
Yes, he don't want no part of it, Tom. He
Yeah.
don't want nobody calling him Miss Pat husband.
I certainly understand that.
So he's never done a red carpet or anything with you?
No, I went to the Emmys. You know, I went to the Emmys last year. I was like, "You want to go?" He's like, "Nah, y'all go ahead on and do that. Take somebody else." I actually started taking my makeup artist because he's a man. So I started taking him with me to the red carpet because my husband won't go. And my oldest son is too fat. He don't look good.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this: he's not Hollywood ready.
I see. Now, have you done the Hollywood thing? Have you had any like weird plastic surgeries we should know about?
No, Tom, don't I look the same?
Yeah, you look great. You've always looked great. I was just curious if because sometimes, how about any weird tattoos or anything?
No, I'm still working on getting my back teeth fixed. But you know, other than that, I haven't had my stomach till I did go on the shot. I'm on the shot, so I lost like 30-some pounds.
All right.
But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see the next
What's wrong with your back teeth?
They missing, Tom. They've been missing since elementary school.
Oh wow! Give me a big smile. Go ahead. Let me see.
You can't see the back teeth when you smile.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Why does she need back teeth? What are they? I don't have any either. I had mine taken out.
You have back teeth. How
No, I
do you
don't.
chew your food?
Are you talking about wisdom teeth, Tom?
Yeah, they're all gone.
Well, that's a little different.
Wisdom teeth are different than your back teeth.
No, they're all gone. Look at
Okay.
How do you chew your food?
that. All I eat right now is yogurt anyway. So.
Well, you know when I chew my food, it's with the front teeth, and it just make my nose stronger and wider. So I want back teeth so I can, proportion.
Oh, you want to get one of those skinny Michael Jackson noses? Is that how he did it?
No, I don't want a skinny Michael Jackson. No, I just want to stop chewing with my front teeth. I'm okay with my nose, Tom.
Okay. Now, are you itching right now? What's happening? What is that? What
leave her alone.
What?
No, I'm not itching. I have my hand in my shirt. What is wrong with you?
You do that all the time. You put your hand on your face like that.
I do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell us about the show.
God.
Well, season 5 is coming out in the fall of the Miss Pat show, and I go and start taping this season 3 of the Miss Pat Settles It, and then I'm just on tour, and I got some other things. I've sold a few other TV shows and a couple of movies, so hopefully everything come to light soon.
Good.
That's awesome for you.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on all your success.
Proud of you.
Tom, I gotta put you in a movie.
Please.
I'm writing a role where I rob a white man. So,
Yeah. Rob Tom.
So what's your movie about?
I wrote we're writing a Christmas movie, and then I wrote a movie about doing vending at the Dome. That was based off a true story out of my life when I used to do vending. So I have 2 in the works now.
What were you selling?
Hot dogs, Tom.
Hot dogs.
You know how you go to the Colts game? Well, those groups are back there is volunteering groups they're raising money for their organization.
Sure, yeah.
And I used to do that.
Did you wrap the hot dogs in foil and hand them to people?
Yes, I did. I made a lot of money too, Tom.
Oh, good. Do you, now let's talk about food. Do you like hot dogs?
Always the tough questions here on the Bob and Tom Show.
I like hot dogs, Tom. I had one yesterday.
Do you cook for your man?
No, I don't cook for my man, Tom. Why would I be cooking for anybody? Who called their husband their man? Your man. A man is a boyfriend. That's a husband back there, Tom.
I'm trying to pick up on my street lingo. Does your husband have a nickname for you? Does he call you Pat, or does he call you like Honey Bush or something? I don't know. What would be the...
Some days he call me wide ass.
Wide?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
I don't think.
You're not white. That would certainly be weird.
Some places on me are white, Tom.
Okay. But now, do you have any tattoos? You do, don't you?
No, I don't have no tattoos, Tom. I've been to jail. Why would I have a tattoo for you to easily identify me?
Oh, good point.
Yes, that's true.
Good point.
Yeah.
I can't argue with it. Well, Ms. Pat is a distinguished comedian. And
distinguished?
Yeah, you are. You're distinguished. We've been friends for a long time. Bought her a birthday cake one time.
You remember that?
With her picture on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, you know my birthday just passed. What do you have for me this year?
A coupon book of different lovemaking techniques.
Well, now let me ask you real quick. I want to get back. I want to get back to this. Do you call your husband by his name, or do you have a nickname? Do you call him like Sweetie Pie, or?
I just call him Gary. His name is Garrett, but nobody ever call him Garrett. But I just call him Gary.
So what? And I'm confused. Does everybody else call him Garrett?
Everybody call him Gary because it's kind of common black, and Garrett is really white. So we just call him Gary.
Okay. So that's his name and everything. You call him by his name. Yeah.
No, his name is Garrett.
Okay.
I call him Gary.
Well, so when you're
You know what? I could listen to this all day.
Right.
So like when you're mad at him, do you call him Garrett? You know, the old standard like your mom when
I call him words you don't want me to say because you might have to pay if I say them.
Okay. Now you're allowed to say some of those words on your TV show.
Okay.
I can get to say whatever I want on my TV show, Tom.
Well, that's America.
A lot of that,
that's what I like about it. Yeah, that's great. Well, Pat, I'm sure you'll have great shows coming up Friday and Saturday in Columbus, Ohio. And I'm getting the wrap-up signal. Thank you, Miss Pat. You look great.
Well, I'm coming to Indiana soon, and I'm coming to see you.
Okay, I will look forward to seeing you, Pat. Thank you very much.
Bye, Pat.
Bye-bye.
Always a pleasure talking to Miss Pat. Did I ask dumb questions?
Yes.
Yeah, you get very nervous. Does he get nervous?
Yes.
Or what do you?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
She throws you a bit.
Yeah.
You asked him the Gary thing. Really, you got caught up in that.
Well, no, she said she calls him Gary. Then she said everybody calls him Gary.
No, she's
did very clear.
Yes, she did say that. Yeah, she said nobody calls him Gary.
Because I mean, don't you?
Said, does everybody call him Gary?
Typically, doesn't your
we all wanted to hang ourselves?
Doesn't your lover have a name that only?
Like I would call mine Boo Thing.
Yes, you call your boyfriend
So like a nickname or something.
whose name is Donnie. You call him Boo Thing.
Yeah.
It'd be very awkward if I walked up and said, "Oh, hey, Boo Thing is here."
That would be weird.
Okay. But if I walked up and said, "Hey, Gary's here," she'd go, "That's my husband."
That's right.
That's his name. But his name's Garrett. Never mind. Sorry.
Do you call Pat Godwin?
Yeah.
Do you call your girlfriend by her name?
I call her Gary.
There you go. Don't you call her sweet pudding?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I had Gary B. Harry down there. Time to check in with Chick McGee across the way.
Go for it, Chick.
Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself home security system. We trust Simply Safe here at the Bob and Tom Studios, and Tom still keeps getting past our security. I'm not sure how that works, but here he is. Simply Safe, and millions of Americans enjoy the new standard in home security and greater peace of mind. I'll let that sink in. And Simply Safe also has Active Guard outdoor protection with their AI-powered cameras backed by live professional monitoring agents that monitor your property and detect suspicious activity. If someone's lurking around or acting suspiciously, agents can see and talk to them in real time, turn on spotlights, and even contact the police all before they have a chance to get inside your home. No long-term contracts or cancellation fees, and monitoring plans at Simply Safe start affordably around $1 a day. And they have a 60-day satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. So listen to this deal. Go to simplysafetom.com and claim 50% off a new system with a professional monitoring plan and get your first month free. That's simplysafetom.com, 50% off in the first month free. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Coming up, this is going to be exciting. It'll be sexy time with Alli Breen. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Boom. Productivity around here? Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly smooth. Not smooth.
This one here, it's about how the Amish all help one another out.
Oh, that's nice.
Are you ready, Carl? Barry?
Yeah. Graber.
Okay.
All right, fellas. Let's go.
Oh, Yoder needs a new barn, 'cause his burned down and he just mowed his hay. Yeah. So all us neighbors joined in to help your brother is the Amish way. Yeah. And I don't give a hoot that I'm wearing this suit working hard in the midday sun. But there's a guy named Zach claims he's got a bad back, but I think he's next in line to be shunned.
Oh, yeah, he's just lazy. We're all working like crazy. The lemonade was flowing when the barn started growing.
Boys from above told everyone to shove, and we knew we had a barn raising. First walls made up and didn't fall, we knew it was a barn raising. Barn raising! Barn raising! Woo! Barn raising! Barn raising!
Oh, well, we're always working so hard. It seems like Firkin's all we ever do. Yeah. We only took a short break. We ate our lunch and barely stopped to chew. Yeah. Then they lose the name Zach. He made a dumb crack and the congregation got PO'd. Someone grabbed a board, but then they hollered Lord because it was the main one bearing the load.
Oh, yeah, the barn started swaying. All the women were praying, and Zach started running. This wasn't a shunning.
By the time the barn fell, we were running like hell, and we knew he had a barnyard blitz. And the person yelled, wait, somebody locked the gate, and we knew it was a barnyard blitz. Barnyard blitz. Barnyard blitz. Barnyard blitz. Barnyard blitz.
Oh, yeah, although it was frightening. It was very exciting. There was nothing to save him. We're all gonna shave him.
When the smoke cleared, we had his hat and beard. We were finished with the barnyard blitz. Sent him on his way. He's a Methodist today, another victim of the barnyard blitz.
Barnyard blitz. Barnyard blitz. Barnyard blitz.
Everybody.
It's a barnyard blitz. It's a barnyard blitz. It's a barnyard blitz. It's a barnyard blitz.
Yeah. The Electric Amish, the Barnyard Blitz.
Thank you, evil hellbound heathens.
Thank you very much.
I like that very much.
Can you introduce the band, please?
That one right there is Carl. You'll find him located just above the bass.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. That's Carl Goodman right there. Back here on the drums is Barry Goodman.
Barry. Good morning.
No relation.
No relation.
No, we get that a lot. I, of course, am Graber Goodman. I play the guitar.
Okay.
And I noticed you were talking, you like my guitar here. This is a Gibson Graber signature model.
I didn't know you'd learn to write.
I didn't. No, I didn't do my signature.
Okay.
Is that and what's
Gibson
again?
doesn't know about this yet. So
It's
if
in
it
the
were your
shape of
signature,
the.
it'd just be a flying X, wouldn't it? Oh, if it were my signature, yeah.
Oh, I see. It's in the shape of the thing in the back of an Amish vehicle.
Slow-moving
The
vehicle.
thing. That's right, Tom.
The triangular. What do you call it? What's that?
That's a triangle.
The triangular thing. Yeah, we call them
the
triangles.
orange triangle. Thank you. Well, thanks, guys. Take a little break.
Take a little break.
Go do some woodworking.
Is this going to be like your version of a little break where you guys just sit around your ass all day?
Go build something.
Yeah, lazy.
We don't work like the Amish, that's for sure.
Well, we've got some cheese to get to.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Christy Lee.
Hi, Chick McGee.
She's over there at the Silac Insurance News Desk. There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
Jessica Alsman is here.
Hey.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. That's Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee. And Tom, it's time for our special show that we try every week and fail.
We try to help people with their love trouble. The show is called Sexy Time, and it stars Alli, Breen, comedian from New York City. There she is. Hi, Alli. How are you today?
Hi, Alli.
Good. Tom, it looked like you were just taking a moment of prayer before my segment. What was that? You were leaned way back, looking up at the sky.
Yes.
Is that what we're doing now before the segment? Just
Yes, clearing my mind of the clutter that has been piled into it all morning and getting back to my wise old man self. With wisdom. We just had a great letter from someone. You'll like this, Alli. This gentleman from Kentucky named Colin. He tried a little bit of a Chick McGee technique. He came out of the shower wearing a towel, peeled it off, and said to his wife, "Hey,"
grabbed his crotch and looked at his wife and said,
"Hey, you want some of this before I put it away?" And apparently it was very effective. And then he's going to be trying.
No, don't say what she said, please.
She said, and he says in parentheses in a sultry voice, "How do you want me?"
Ooh.
And he was the results apparently very pleasing. And he's going to try Ace's famous line where Ace just goes, "It's time." That's all. Now, do you have?
kind of need Ace's voice for that one, though. That's the problem.
Oh, well, Ace is not in a full voice yet, but when it comes back, well, you can try it now. Go ahead, Ace.
It's time.
Yeah, and that sounds
like Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
That actually works. Don't do that again.
Now you're scaring him. Does your boyfriend have a line for you, or does he ever say anything specific?
Yeah, he'll do the opposite. If I'm about to take a shower, he'll be like, "Is that available right now?" That kind of
Really?
I like that.
Yeah.
What is like making a dinner reservation?
Exactly.
Now, conversely, do you ever say anything to him?
I don't think I have any go-to lines. It's all in the moment. I can't think of anything good that I say. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to try chicks.
Who do you think initiates more, men or women?
Men.
In a relationship or like as a hookup?
In a relationship.
Men.
Well,
I still think men.
Men.
We had an article about a scientific study last week that the essence of it was women don't want it to be asked of them. They want it to just happen.
Yeah.
So we have to read their minds.
You don't read our minds?
Well, I've been very bad at it, it would appear.
Well, it's not necessarily reading their mind. It's like making them be in the mood. You know, you have to do a little bit of making out and massaging, the famous massage into the begging.
Had a trip to the ATM, the usual stuff.
Oh, I got the hookers.
I see.
for dinner.
Okay. Well, Alli Breen is Alli Breen. Sometimes they read on our sheet for the day, sexpert. She's actually a comedian, and you can find her ALLIBREEN prowling the streets of New York at comedy clubs here and there. And she's going to read us letters about people with love troubles. What have you got, Alli?
Dear Allie, I met a guy on Hinge that I really like, but I found two things strange. He's a lot thinner than me, which is new, and he also wears makeup. It's not obvious makeup like eyeshadow or lipstick, but it's like cover up and some mascara. He's totally straight. I'm actually not worried about that. I just feel like I'm the man in this relationship. Should I tell him about my insecurities, or will that just make us both uncomfortable?
Man.
Wow. Why even date him anymore? I mean,
right. I mean, if you like him and you're attracted to him, why does it even matter?
He might have some good makeup tips.
Yeah.
That could be helpful.
Yeah, maybe he's a great makeup artist. I would love that.
Oh,
I feel bad that guys aren't allowed to wear makeup, like cover up and stuff. They should be allowed to. Why
You want
not?
to take this, Tom?
I mean, if you're in the Rolling Stones and you're Mick Jagger, I guess you can pull it off. But yeah, for the average guy, I don't know. Does that really happen in the heterosexual world?
Is it for sure mascara? Because some guys just have really thick, like the double line eyelashes.
Yeah, they look really cool.
Did you have it? Some people get those. Is that tattooing thing still a thing?
People still tattoo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That seems odd to me. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, if he's a great guy, he's a great guy. So
I wouldn't bring it up.
Until he makes you mad, then bring it up. That'll be a fun thing. Well, you wear makeup, so calm down.
I think it might be handy.
Keep it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You can borrow it from him.
You don't do that.
Be helpful.
Hey, Dave, you got any blush?
I'm sorry, so the boyfriend in your scenario is Dave?
Oh, I wanted to think of something, fairly, didn't want to go with a non-gender specific name. Let's get back to Allie. Breen. Allie, what else you got?
Dear Allie, I'm dating a divorced guy who pays a mountain of child support. He has 3 kids, so even after child support, there's going to be college expenses and more. Also, his ex is a raging a-hole.
Oh, my God.
I love him, but is this going to be too much for me to deal with?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, sounds like it
Yep,
is.
sounds like you got 1 foot out the door, babe. So go ahead and continue with that.
Yeah, get out.
Yep.
It's not going to change.
Yeah.
At least he's not wearing makeup. he may be poor, but he ain't no makeup wearer. Yes, thank you for acknowledging my restraint.
Hey, Josh, you hear that one guy?
What we got here? Makeup wearer?
He's a makeup wearer. Can you believe that?
Here comes Mr. L'Oreal.
He's got eyeliner on. What do we know about him, John?
We know he ain't one of us.
Okay.
He's to the ceiling.
Allie Breen is our letter reader. You can reach her.
Odd one.
ALLIBREEN. And Allie Breen is, as I said, a comedian. She's also on OnlyFans at ALLIB, if you'd like to see what's going on with that. Are people requesting more stuff with you wearing your glasses?
Yeah, I've been so bad about doing like fun photos like that. There's someone who has, it's like Josh's suggestion, someone who suggested they want to get like wicked wear or something. It's basically like superhero costumes.
Oh, yeah.
That wants to use those. Like there's a bunch of requests. I've been just busy, so I've been slacking a little bit, but I have to get this librarian stuff going and some costumes. It's fun, and I've just gotten busy. So
you could totally pull off that Glenda, though, for sure, from Wick. Oh, my gosh. Put a pink dress on.
That would be fun.
Are there any superheroes that wear glasses?
Well, Superman. I don't know about female ones though.
Yes.
I mean, when they're not in their secret identity mode.
I don't know. I'm not like a superhero person.
Did Green Lantern wear glasses?
Green Lantern?
I can't imagine any superhero really did, just because
Except for
part of being a superhero is
it's taking off the
having
glasses.
no fallibility.
Yeah, right?
Well, that's just unfair. That's anti-glasses.
I know.
Maybe they have LASIK. We don't know. A lot of them are rich.
Well, doesn't Superman have? Who's the guy that can make stuff come out of his eyeballs?
What other letters do we have?
Sorry.
I can't believe it, but you used to sound a little more coherent than you've sounded lately, especially today.
Okay, sorry, I'm all right.
All right.
A little sleepy.
Iron Man wore. Tony Stark did.
Oh, you wore glasses? Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go.
No.
I mean, Cyclops wasn't glasses.
Before he
became Iron Man, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Let's just
Yeah,
move
the
forward.
human version wore some glasses. Okay, dear Allie, My girlfriend borrowed my car and got into an accident. Everything was covered except my $1,000 deductible, which she said she would split with me. In my head, I was like, split with me? Shouldn't you pay the whole thing? Right? Or am I responsible for half because I was dumb enough to let her borrow my car? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think you have to. I would give myself a $500 stupidity tax.
That's
what that is for, just for letting her use it.
Well, yes, that'll teach me.
How long have you been with him?
No,
like
she
if it's like a
should pay
3-month
that.
boyfriend, I would just pay the $1,000.
She should pay that.
Yeah, she has to pay that.
The guy should pay it
I
unless
like
he's
that she's acting like
self-centered,
she's doing him a favor.
inconsiderate, cheap jackass. Then he'd make her pay.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure she
Pay
could
the
work-
whole thing, fella.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Not the girl. No, him.
Is there going to be any quim pro quo here?
Mm-hmm.
He pays it, she gives it up.
She's got to earn that money.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of Latin for you guys.
Yeah. There's a way you can work it up.
Yeah. Hey, if
Chick, you think he should pay it just to be a good boyfriend?
Yes. And I think it gets back. How long have they been together? I mean, you're going to keep doing that if you get married? Well, you're half the rent's due. I'm going to have to tell you.
What's wrong with that?
That's good.
Okay, well, if you're just joining us,
disagree.
hello again. If you're just joining us, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. It is the Bob and Tom Show. We are speaking to comedian Alli Breen with Sexy Time. You got another letter for us, Alli?
Dear Allie, my boyfriend and I have been dating long distance for 2 years, and occasionally I have work functions or dinners or meetings with mostly male clients that he can't come to.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like every time this happens, he makes sure to give me hickeys before he leaves.
Yeah, he
I
does.
feel like he's trying to mark his territory, but
Damn
he
right.
says he's just a passionate lover. What do you guys think?
What a schmuck.
He's marking his territory.
Sure sounds like it.
That's weird.
Especially if he doesn't do it other times. If it's only when she's going to have one of these
When
events.
some event is coming up.
So you look skanky kind of going to a professional dinner covered in hickeys,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That'd piss me off if I wouldn't.
I didn't
let
think
him do
hickeys
that.
were a thing
I
after
didn't
high
either.
school.
I think if you're in high school, maybe.
Right.
It feels so good getting a hickey.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's
Tom,
worth
did you ever have a hickey?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Have you ever given it?
Is there?
Tom with a big hickey at a meeting? Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. Is that a hickey on his neck? I think it is, man.
Are they exclusive to the neck area?
Typically, yeah.
I mean, in terms of the biology, could one get a hickey on the chest? Would it work?
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you could get a hickey on your neck.
On your neck, he said. I see. Yeah, it sounds ridiculously stupid.
Sounds very
Yeah,
juvenile.
it's a little branded.
It is juvenile, the guy, yeah.
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 Grow up.
Maybe the part of the letter we're not getting is, yes, when I go to these professional meetings and I have the hickeys, it's much harder for me to pick up a guy.
Makes it very embarrassing when I'm naked later with this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We have time for at least one more letter. What do you got, Alli?
Dear Allie, Dear Allie, I got into a huge fight with my girlfriend because I found out she cheated on me 2 years ago for about 2 weeks with an ex-boyfriend who was in town. They didn't have sex, but they hung out a few times without my knowledge, and they kissed before he left, and she didn't tell me about any of it.
Wow.
She eventually told me because she felt really guilty, and we're definitely on track to get married. I'm really upset about it, but here's the thing. I've cheated on her about 4 times throughout our relationship.
What the deuce?
I was always so careful she'd never find out.
That's right.
So now, do I also come clean before getting married or let this go as I'm in a pretty good position where she feels terrible and like I'm a saint?
Hey, Josh.
But I actually do
I am
feel
going
guilty
to
and don't know
kill
what to
him.
do.
I hate you.
Hey,
I
Josh, do you
hate
know
him.
why I was careful that she wouldn't find out?
Why?
Because I'm considerate that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm a good guy.
Yeah, at least the first 3 times.
Right.
Yeah, the 4th one.
Genius.
Okay. Yeah.
Is he really writing us a letter about this? Dude.
I think he thinks he's redeeming himself at the end because he says, I actually really do feel guilty and don't know what to do. Like, that's making him
You know what to
sympathetic.
Yeah, go ahead and tell her everything. Level the playing field. It's going to work out great.
Yeah.
You're being sarcastic. I can detect that.
Yes.
I'm
Gosh.
And she's
Very,
not
very
going to
good at
take
that.
that well.
okay. Well, we have
So,
Are there any
she
bridges
was
in
being
your
careful.
area?
we have time for one more letter, Ellie. Let's go.
Dear Allie, I saw my friend's husband out at dinner looking very cozy with another girl. I went to say hi to see his response, and he was definitely very jumpy. I wasn't going to tell my friend because I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I assume he's going to tell her to cover his ass. So now what do I do? Do I just say I ran into him, or do I explain the situation?
No, you don't do
your
it.
mouth shut. I had this very same thing happen to me a few years ago. You just keep your mouth shut.
Remember, guys can be jumpy in situations like that because they don't necessarily remember you or your name. If he's a little shifty, it's probably because he didn't, when he first met you, he doesn't know who the hell you are. There's a chance that's
someone's
the
coming
case.
up to him and he's freaked out.
Yeah.
Hey, look at, good to see you. Yeah.
Yeah, right. You
hey,
can be,
buddy.
Oh, you're one of the 17 friends of my girlfriend that I met? I don't know who you are.
But he's
with another woman.
Yeah, he's
could
jumpy.
Be a coworker.
But he's
a cousin.
And they looked cozy.
Oh,
Just take a picture.
I kind of don't care about any of this today.
I can tell. I can
Just
tell.
take a
Sometimes
picture.
you just don't want to hear about other people's bull crap. You know what I mean?
I like it. It makes me feel better.
Most people feel better about their own lives, Josh.
Yes.
You should take it as a good omen that you're not into this.
This is why you're not a judge. Well, I know you've been charged with murder, but I don't feel like it feeling today. Everybody get out of my courtroom.
I'm also not a judge because I don't ever feel above the law or that I am God, like all judges do.
You mean? Go ahead, say it.
No.
Judges are the worst people on the planet.
That isn't true.
Judges and doctors.
Interesting.
What about
teachers?
Oh, Judge, if you're listening, you're my
airline pilots,
my dearest friends.
Well, thanks, Allie. Are you working this weekend, Allie?
Yeah, and my friend Sheba has her speakeasy show. They just changed locations in New York, so I'm going to be at her new location, Sheba's Speakeasy.
Okay, well, thanks, Allie. Once again, you can reach her.
Guys.
ALLIBREEN on social media. Thank you, Allie.
Bye.
Right now, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. This is the month of May, Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's all about, they call it breaking the stigma. A recent survey indicated that 26% of Americans are afraid of being judged if they seek therapy or counseling. And they're trying to get rid of that stigma because it's very important. It can be really helpful. And BetterHelp is all about helping you access therapy in a much simpler way because the therapy is done online. You can do it like a Zoom call where you can see the therapist, or you can do it like a phone call or even texting back and forth. It's up to you. And BetterHelp's been doing this for more than 10 years with more than 30,000 licensed therapists and more than 5 million clients. So see what I'm talking about by visiting betterhelp.com/BT show. That'll knock 10% off your first month. And once again, the therapy done online. That's betterhelp.com/BT show to knock 10% off your first month. BetterHelp is HELP. BetterHelp.com/BT show. Coming up, we're going to finally get over to the news desk for a quick story or two from Christy Lee. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Behind me is the infield of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm here to give you some of the fashion do's and don'ts of the biggest party at the race. Let's talk footwear on race day. You want to wear something comfortable, something you can walk in, something not too expensive. My choice, the Nike Air Monarchs. They're in your garage, next to the lawnmower. Your dad wears them. Don't wear this. This is a Croc. I don't care if it's in sport mode. The holes do give you hilarious tan lines, but you don't want to get any trough juice on your little toesies. If you run into a man wearing these, run away. Any man wearing weatherproof boots at the track has a mind for destruction. He washed his face in the trough this morning. He's been drinking Mountain Dew and moonshine since 6 a.m. If you bump into him, give him a go Colts and keep it moving. What to wear on race day. In the morning, it'll be a little colder. This is my favorite piece of clothing that I own. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. No big deal. Any shirt with the name of an alcohol and the word racing is one of the coolest things you can wear here. This one's sort of a deep cut. Rolling Stone shirt. The concert took place at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Colt skier will do. But I say go the extra mile. This is a Colt shirt with a St. Elmo shrimp cocktail. I'm not a big fan of wearing sports jerseys for a team that is out of season. Colts aren't playing, and the Pacers also aren't playing. Quick rule for basketball jerseys at the race. You want to wear your Larry Bird Indiana State jersey? Don't. You want to wear your Reggie Miller jersey? Don't. Rick Smits? Don't. Paul George? Don't think about it. George Hill? Not at all. It's too expensive, too cool, and it's going to get covered in Busch Light. You want to wear a Lance Stevenson jersey. Any Pacer that was here less than 3 years. Maybe a Danny Granger jersey. If you're wearing a basketball jersey, pop it off around lap 50. I hear you. Willie, I have a gut. If you're embarrassed about being fat, move to France. This is America and you're allowed to have a gut. You're saying, Willie, I got pimples on my back. I got stretch marks. This time of the year, that's your stars and stripes, my friend. Pop it off and let that flag fly. This is the coolest thing you can wear at the race, an actual Indy 500 shirt. Bonus points if you have an armpit hole or some sort of fraying around the neck. There is one more acceptable shirt to wear to the race. This is what a race fan looks like. Garfield's creator, Jim Davis, is from Indiana. The most famous person from Indiana. Suck it, Greg Kinnear. On race day, you're going to want a nice hat. You can go with an official Indianapolis Motor Speedway hat, or you can go with the cooler Indianapolis 500 hat that I got on 16th Street from a guy selling tacos. Anything with the word Indy on it. I'd recommend a Colts hat or a Pacers hat. The coolest hat you can wear on race day, however, is a Late Night with David Letterman hat. Of course, owner of the Letterman Ray Hall team. I do not want to see a Jay's Garage hat. I don't want to see anything Team Coco. If you have a Daily Show hat and it's spelled D-A-L-Y like Connor Daly, that could fly.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
In 1989, Emerson Fittipaldi won the 500. On the last lap, he and Little Al touched wheels on the north turn, and he sent Little Al right in the fence, crashed him. But Emerson Fittipaldi came around and won the 500, his first 500 in 1989. And that was also the year that the winner's share of the purse was over $1 million, first time. It was like $1,600 or something like that. So that was a big deal. I mean, the Indianapolis 500's always had the biggest purse of any motorsports event. They were the first to go over $1 million, and they still to this day have the largest purse of any, bigger than Daytona, bigger than anybody's. So race morning after the 500 every year is the big pictures. The winner and the crew all come back to the speedway at 9 a.m. and they put the car on the straightaway and they take all the sponsor photos on all these pictures. Well, Ron McQueenie was the chief photographer at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 40 years. And Ron had the great idea, we need to take $1 million in cash and place it on Emerson's car. So they get hold of the office, we need $1 million in cash. All right. So they bring out $1 million in cash in these bags with real money. Yeah, this is the day after the 500. And they had armed guards out there. And so they get the money out of the bags and they're stacking it all over Emerson's car. And they step back and they look and they go, you know, that's really not that impressive. Go back and get another $1 million. Now, where else in the world can you say on a Monday morning, Memorial Day morning, go back and get in there? Well, they did. And they take another one. And Ron told me, he goes, at one point, I was reaching out to adjust a stack of cash, and this guard went, hey. Like he didn't like my idea of me touching the dough. So if you ever look at that picture from 1989, you can Google it, Emerson Fittipaldi, 1989, and there's money stacked all over the car. That's actually $2 million in cash stacked all over that.
Saying, where was I? Oh, log the word money onto Q95.com, if you please. You're just... Shot at 1,000, but could someone fire him?
I was just talking about that with somebody.
What, you want fired?
Well, I was either fire them or fire me. You take your pick.
Ah.
You'd pick me, right?
I don't know who the other person is.
I do.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs.
I want anybody to be fired.
Get the parts and service you need fast. Everyone's happy from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hi, Tom. How are you, buddy?
Remember the old show we would do, Christie's World?
Yeah, rose-colored glasses. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So happy.
Yeah.
Kennedy's still president on his 19th term.
Yeah.
Can't we all get along?
Yep.
Everybody's nice.
Jackie's in the White House.
Kennedy'd be 108.
Yeah. Bobby's still...
And still moving better than Biden. It's funny.
Bobby's Attorney General. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Our necks and Kennedy's. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Teddy has that brace on.
Not just a weird one.
Okay. We have a bunch of great news coming up tomorrow, but we can squeeze in a couple quick stories today.
Hulk Hogan's beer brand eyeing a takeover of the Hooters name.
What you gonna do, brother?
Business Insider reports that Real American Beer, a brand Hogan founded in 2024.
Oh, that's safe.
That is a terrible name.
No, it's totally on brand.
Real American.
The Rick Derringer song.
Plans to submit a bid for Hooters intellectual property. A representative for the brand told TMZ, quote, under our umbrella, Hooters will return to the spotlight as a symbol of unfiltered Americana. Fun, fearless, and proudly American.
Does he use All-American Boy Rick Derringer as an intro song?
No, he uses, it's called Real American. I am a real American.
Yeah.
Fight for the rights of
I was always a Goldberg guy.
man.
I know he was his star shone so briefly.
Yes.
The bid would need to be approved by the parties overseeing Hooters bankruptcy. So we'll see how far that goes.
So I don't understand how this. So it's not called Hooters beer. I mean,
It's called Real American.
Real American
at
beer,
Hooters.
Right? Okay, so
But his company wants to buy Hooters. Is that
He
what
wants to buy Hooters, and yeah.
All right.
I don't know if it is. He's not going to change the name of his beer. He wants the restaurants, doesn't he? That's what I got out of this.
American Hooters.
Doesn't Hulk Hogan have a lot of money, man? Right?
Take over the Hooters name. I would.
Oh, he won that huge lawsuit, didn't he?
And he's got those Suburban Commando royalties.
Wasn't he on like Daddy Daycare or Kindergarten Cop or something like that? Or
is Hooters based in Florida?
The first one, it started there.
Yeah. Are they still open?
Yeah,
I think some are.
Yeah.
Some of the Red Lobsters are still open.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can go bankrupt and stay open. That's
That's part of the allure of bankruptcy.
So the Hooters beer will be, his beer will be what, less filling, tastes like steroids, something like that.
I'm confused too. I don't know if he's taking over the Hooters name to keep the restaurants open, or if he's going to rename his beer. I wouldn't think renaming his beer would be a smart idea.
Looking at this situation,
yeah,
I'm going to try to talk to you in a calm way.
Yes.
Wasn't there a different story you could have done? Just an entirely
You had
different
some choices, right?
You should have looked at this and said, "Well, this is a tinderbox. I can't do it. This is a problem because Tom's going to ask me some questions."
But the thing is, never mind.
It just seems a little confusing.
They just want to acquire the restaurant
name.
and the brand
Poorly
Hooters.
compiled, poorly
delivered. I'll say it.
Poorly edited.
Just says he wants to. Here's another version of it. He wants to buy the restaurant chain's branding.
Okay.
Branding. Okay.
So I guess it would be the Great American Beer from Hooters.
It's Real American, but
whatever it is.
Would a judge stop me from opening a restaurant called Honkers?
I don't think so.
I don't think no.
No.
Right? I could call it Honkers.
Absolutely.
Especially if Hooters is bankrupt.
Base it on boobs and the whole thing. And
Honkers.
You probably have to have different color logo. How about Peckers?
Well, that'd be.
I heard they did that. Didn't they?
I thought they did.
Yeah.
They tried to do that. They tried to do Peckers. Yeah.
With guys wearing scandalous.
absolutely.
Would you have your waitresses wearing bras made out of those bicycle horns?
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
You know what?
And all the big tip, if you tip 30%,
Tip.
you get you get
get a
to honk
honk.
a horn for a big tip.
Yes.
You see a big tip, you get a honk it.
I like it.
Okay, now this version of the story says it's unclear what the deal would entail. The Hooters brand would be used, he says, possibly in consumer products and digital content and gaming.
Okay. So he doesn't really want to get in the restaurant.
This is all my favorite thing when I watch TV news. My favorite closing for a reporter on the scene. Well, one thing's clear, Lester. No one knows how this is going to end up. Back to you, Lester.
The one thing is clear: my name, my location, and back to you.
I'm Tom Yamas.
Okay.
French police have recovered the long-lost bust of Jim Morrison nearly 4 decades after it was stolen from the late singer's grave. The AFP reports the sculpture was found by chance during a search tied to a fraud case led by the Paris Public Prosecutor's Office.
Please tell me we have the update of where it was found.
The bust has been missing since 1988 when it was stolen from Mr. Morrison's grave at the Père Lachaise Cemetery in Paris.
Oh, that means
Sculpted
reclining chair.
The problem it's the just the from like the shoulders up.
Oh, so it's a bust. It's a bust.
Yeah.
Well, because it was originally a statue. The naked part that was on trial in Miami. That's where he exposed himself.
Swear to God, if that's why we're revisiting this.
No,
Gosh, if that one little joke.
No.
That's
why
like
we
that
did
joke.
that.
Go out and run into a car. Are you kidding me?
No, but they're not saying where it was. It was part of a collection of stuff, including Liberace's bejeweled butt plug collection.
They finally found it?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
I
George.
can sink my teeth into it.
George.
George. I wish my brother George was. Have you not seen the hip Liberace? Spinning wheel, got to go round.
Oh,
Groovy. You have to do yourself a favor and watch it. It's brilliant.
We need to play that.
No, seriously, it is incredible.
Liberace feeling groovy. Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're going to lose your mind.
It's out there?
Oh, it's the greatest.
Okay, I look forward to seeing that.
It makes you smile.
Liberace says.
Feeling groovy.
Feeling groovy.
He does a little dance.
Okay, well, we got more great stuff coming up tomorrow, including an interesting cannabis tax update. And also something from the Mr. Obvious University studies of e-cigarettes on the way. In the meantime, I will remind you, special edition of our show coming up on Carb Day, brought to you by Java House. And be looking for that Java House car on the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.